Hey y'all, welcome back to the Nightmare Toys podcast. This is episode 60, and I'm here with Christy.
Hello.
And then this is a special one because I brought my friends, Zach and Cash.
Hey.
Just creepy double hand wave.
Yeah.
So these are the other 2/3 of Monster Resurrection. So yeah, you've heard me talk about my mask company a bunch, and so we finally got my family here to...
For episode 60.
Yeah. Episode
That's
60.
cool.
Bam.
Yeah. I love that.
Who knew?
Yeah. 60
We forget every week.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though.
How many weeks are there in a year? Like 52?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been doing it for over a year now, I guess. Because we've even missed.
That's killer.
A few
You guys
weeks
missed? Did you miss the anniversary? The 1 year anniversary?
What, of like the podcast?
The podcast.
Oh yeah, I don't know when that
anything?
was.
Did
We
think we-
flubbed up the 50th episode too. Like
Well,
we're pretty
welcome
unorganized
to the
around
1
here.
year anniversary.
Yeah, this is
1
it.
year.
This
1 year,
is it.
ladies and gentlemen. 1 year.
But yeah, so we're keeping the Christmas horror theme going, and so I had to pick a Christmas horror movie, and I think we've already talked about Gremlins on here, which obviously would have been my pick.
Ultimate.
Yeah.
That's one.
For horror Christmas, by far, it's my favorite Christmas movie. We could talk a little bit about just favorite Christmas movies in general too.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead. I was like, I have one that I saw last year that I was quickly adopting as a favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, my favorite of all time is probably How the Grinch Stole Christmas. But then it's
That's
like
not
really,
really horror,
it's really
though.
no. I'm saying for
Oh,
horror it would
yeah.
definitely be Gremlins, but just favorite Christmas movies, it would be How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and then but it's kind of tied with Christmas Vacation.
Ooh, yeah.
It's like really hard to beat Christmas Vacation.
Just
like
watched
that
that again like
Yeah.
2 nights ago for like the 700th time.
Yeah. I've seen that movie maybe more times than any other movie.
Yeah.
Because like obviously my family would always watch it, once, twice, 3 times around Christmas, but we would watch it year round. Like Christmas Vacation was just like our movie, so I just saw that.
Yeah.
It's a doozy. What's your favorite horror Christmas movie?
Well, like my horror Christmas, it's kind of tough to decide. It's either Gremlins or Silent Night. Silent Night, Naughty Night, that one with the...
Naughty Night.
Dude,
Dude, that's the porno parody.
We need that one, though.
Silent Night. Naughty Night.
We don't have that one, and we need
Wait,
that
where
one.
did you see that movie?
Yeah, which channel were you pirating? Silent Night, Naughty Night.
Silent Night, super naughty night.
That's going to happen a lot over the next few minutes.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot
Podcast, by
of
the way.
weird...
Silent
Yeah.
Night,
A lot of
Deadly
weird
Night.
things. Yeah,
Yeah,
Silent
Silent
Night,
Night, Deadly Night. That one...
Naughty
that one
Night.
I find very funny. It's a funny movie.
And
when you-
erotic.
when you take the movie out of context, like some of the scenes with like the grandpa, where he's just like, Santa, he killed all these guys, and he's like being all traumatized. That was funny. That was my favorite part. But definitely Gremlins for me. Gremlins is like this movie that started it all off for me. Chris Walas's work is phenomenal as always.
You got his name right.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
impressive.
You said it right.
You
Chris
practiced
Walas.
that before this.
Shout out to you. Yeah.
So yeah, like I mentioned last year, for the first time I saw this Dee Wallace movie. It's an Australian-made horror movie.
Red Christmas.
Red Christmas.
Christmas.
Can
Yep.
we cuss on here?
No,
We
but
try
go
to limit
ahead.
it. Sometimes they slip out.
I
but-
caught myself. I was gonna drop some dogs right now, but anyway, Red Christmas was absolutely amazing. I thought it was like the coolest little flick. The way they shot it was beautiful. Had some like really cool cinematography stuff. The makeup of the creepy killer guy.
That's an Immortal Masks mask. That's Cletus.
There you go.
Yeah.
Immortal
Cletus?
Masks.
Cletus.
Cletus?
Yeah.
Thanks,
I
man.
think it's Cletus. I don't know. So it's Cletus.
Anyway, back to Silent Night, Naughty
Silent
Night.
Silent Night, Naughty Night.
Naughty.
I like that.
Yeah.
You've been a bad girl.
This movie's going to be out next week.
We better get some credit on
Just
that.
a little
Yeah.
credit.
Yeah.
A little
Oh, yeah,
credit,
definitely.
I don't want to
10%.
be involved in making it. Or
Yeah,
anything,
just
but-
the name.
I do.
10% profit.
You don't want to make
I'll
like
be
a
involved.
Yeah, 10%
Crazy
No.
profit.
Santa Claus or anything.
No.
Horny Santa Claus.
Yeah.
It's not crazy.
Okay. Well, I
He
was
wears
trying
horns.
not to like. Yes.
It's a different movie.
Yeah, he wears horns in this one. Yeah.
I love it.
Silent
so much.
Night, Shoddy Night.
I'm glad you said Red Christmas because no one talks.
No
about
one ever
that,
talks
and
about
I,
that.
Red Christmas.
I've watched that at least probably about like 5 or 6 times now so far.
Yeah.
I like Dee Wallace. I love Dee Wallace.
love me?
I know.
Yeah, it's the best line.
Do
Yeah.
you love
The
me?
first time I watched it, I was kind of like, "What the heck did I just watch? What?" I had to go back and watch it again. But yeah.
So we have this thing that Cash and I kind of started, and every Christmas Eve, we spend the entire day on the couch eating junk food and watching Christmas horror movies.
Perfect.
Right? So last year, Dylan came over and a couple other friends came over. And I don't know how, you might know how it came to be, but out of nowhere, like, we started betting on, like, you know, the next kill or, like, the next murder weapon. And so all these bets are flying around, like, I got $1 on this, and the next kill is going to be this person, and the next this is going to be a strangulation, and blah, blah, blah. And so it became this giant, really, like, loud game that we've created.
That's fun.
And so-
Insanely loud.
Insanely loud. So like the next morning when I woke up, I was so hoarse, like I couldn't talk.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was a good night.
I blew my eardrum out.
Yeah.
Because just like
Oh my
what?
gosh.
Because just from screaming,
was
like
awesome.
I mean, just from playing music and stuff like that happens to my left ear a lot, anyways. But like, so whenever like, literally, I just like blew it out. Like I couldn't hear anything for like a couple days just from just screaming and laughing.
my
It was
gosh.
amped up. So
It was
needless to
that's
say,
fun, though.
we're like super excited for this Christmas Eve.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes, we got a few.
that's a definite Christmas Eve tradition now.
Yeah.
And it's like it's hard to explain really like what it even is, you know, like what we do. But yeah, it's basically just like betting on stuff. But dude, I would have cleaned up if we actually had money, because he was
If
like
we
going
actually
in,
had money.
He went to all his like all his quarters, like getting all his quarters out, trying to make dollars and stuff. And
Yeah.
I would have cleaned up, dude.
Yeah.
But so this year it's a $30 buy-in single, so we're all gonna just bring 30 singles. And we're gonna need a whiteboard because you got to keep track of it. Because some of it's like, you know,
There's some
is
crazy
this-
bets.
You,
Yeah.
you can bet on anything.
Yeah.
So it's like literally like anything you can think of, and so that can be throughout like the whole movie. Obviously, if it's like the next kill is gonna be this, then you'll know right away if you win or lose or whatever. But it's like this person's not gonna die. Like this person's gonna survive. You're not gonna know till the end of the movie. And so it got really convoluted with all these crazy bets. And like we were drinking.
Yeah.
So like
So
obviously.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet a
Surprise,
lot of people are
surprise.
going to do this now.
I think it's
Giving
fun.
ideas.
All right, if anybody does this game, send us some videos
Yeah.
of like the peak of the
Yeah.
craziness, because that's the best part is like you get extremely drunk and the movie just gets better or worse,
Yeah.
but it's still like really, really fun.
And
Yeah.
I cheated. Yeah.
And he cheated.
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah. He
I-
had to.
How
He
do
had
you
to learn
cheat?
some
How do you
serious.
cheat? You freaking used your
Yeah,
phone.
yeah. He had to
No,
learn.
you can't do that.
So we're
some
watching-
serious man
Yeah,
lesson.
so
that
all
night.
of the films that we're watching, none of us could have ever
Yeah.
seen before.
Right.
Yeah, you
Right?
have
You
to
can't
never
know what
seen
the
it.
heck's going on. And so over here he's like, I bet at 2 minutes and 35 seconds someone's gonna get strangled with a telephone cord.
Right, yeah.
And we're like, wow.
Like he said one, and it was so specific and correct that I was immediately, because I know this kid, and I was just like, no, you cheated. He's like, no, I didn't. I'm like, okay, like all right. And then the very next thing he bets, it's so specific, and I just knew he was cheating. And then he's like, no, I'm not. And I think you even like showed me your phone, to show me you weren't cheating, and it's like right there on
Oh my
Google.
God.
And so we
I wasn't
wouldn't.
using my phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we wouldn't let him play for the rest of the night because it was they're all gentlemen's bets. Like
What
you
was
ca-
the movie?
I think it was
Ooh, I don't
I
remember.
don't- we watched,
there
like,
was so
4
many.
movies
Yeah, we
that
watched
day.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
like, so it was like, you know, like we took it really seriously because it's like we had this opportunity where we had to teach this kid a lesson, because you can't make a gentleman's bet and like cheat or
Yeah.
like or bitch out on it later either.
Exactly.
Like you have to be like, yes, this, and then you
Right.
get proven you're wrong, and you're like, you back down, you don't hold your
What's
end of the bargain.
Can't do
what's
it.
the Christmas movie with Goldberg in it where he plays Santa? What's that one?
Santa's Sleigh?
I think it was during that
It
one.
was that one. It was that
Yeah,
one.
and
I
he's
love
like he's
Santa's
looking up.
Sleigh.
Yeah, he's looking up answers over here.
So we wouldn't let him
Love
play
Santa's
for the
Sleigh.
rest of the night. We wouldn't let him play, and the whole night he was just so bummed. And, and we're just drunk and getting drunker and just laughing. We're on, and he's just like not included in the fun, and he just kept asking us like, please, can I just get back in? Like I promise, like I learned my lesson. It's like, no, like you're not gonna learn your lesson. You have to think about this all year long until next year.
Yeah, and here we are 1 year later.
Yeah. Almost
and I
there.
did.
And so so we'll see how he does this year. So
And-
yeah, this is gonna be a
What's the
yearly
movie?
thing. So this year we're definitely gonna do Deathstember, which just
That's
got
good.
released on Culture Shock, and that's how I found out about it. And it's like 25 short films, and so it's perfect because
perfect.
Yes.
it's perfect.
It's
Because
also on Tubi.
Oh.
Yeah,
Go
Is
ahead.
it?
I love
Yeah.
Tubi.
I love Tubi.
Yeah, me too.
We went halvesies on the Blu-ray though, because we
Yeah.
were like, this is too perfect. Because it's
Yeah.
like, like you could have like the same amount of bets that you'd have like a whole movie in like
Sure.
a short film. So it's like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
gonna really amp things up, I think. And then the other movie I want to do, I keep forgetting the name of it. You told me about
Nutcracker Massacre.
it. Nutcracker
Oh.
Massacre.
You gotta watch
That sounds
that.
amazing.
It
Yeah,
sounds
that
like
sounds
the perfect
fun.
movie
I've
to
been
do.
watching
None
a
of us
lot
have
of the
seen
new movies, and so far that's my favorite so far out of the new ones. It's good.
It's right up there with the
Yeah. He
Silent Night,
like
Naughty Night.
the Nutcracker. Yeah, the Nutcracker actually
Cracks
cracks
nuts.
someone's nuts.
Hey!
David, I had to say that. That was so much fun.
That's gonna be his first bet.
Okay, well, you can't bet that one because I already said it.
I'm
Yeah,
bet
no.
Can't bet that one.
I'm
$100.
Sorry.
already blowing out my ear from screaming.
I'm betting.
That's the
$100.
other. All right. So, in all fairness, that's the other thing. I knew that before we even came on here. I was like, it's gonna get loud, bro. Like, I hope Dylan over here can handle all the peaks that we're about to hit. Dude. We're just gonna be red spikes the
Just
whole
blood.
time.
Yeah,
dude.
blood from the ears. Just
Okay, well, watch that, but don't bet on that scene.
Yeah,
Nutcracker
that's
Massacre.
another thing. Just like a little Monster Resurrection tidbit. If you ever go to a convention, you'll know if we're there or not.
Yeah.
We'll be
Oh,
the
yeah.
loudest
Oh,
people
definitely.
in the room.
Absolutely, be the loudest people there.
yeah, especially for me because you'll see me walking around with like 6 masks, and I'm like, ooh, how much is that one? You know, it's always at the booths. I'm like, I really want this, and it's like it's $100. I'm like, I can't. Sorry, $23 perhaps, maybe. You know,
Perhaps.
perhaps.
Well,
Yeah,
you'll like
we're rowdy.
December. I've
Yeah.
seen it.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
You'll like that one.
So now that we know it's on Tubi, no cheating.
Yeah, don't cheat.
I'm betting $100.
I'm gonna. I mean,
You
you're not.
cheat.
The thing is, you're not good at cheating. So I'll know.
That's
like, I'm not worried about you cheating at all because the only thing that's gonna happen is you're just gonna get kicked out again and you're gonna cry, and that's
Dude,
on
I mean,
you.
If you get kicked out 2 years in a row, shameful.
I try to pay you back with a Randotti skull. I was like, I'll buy you any Randotti skull on eBay, and I'll give it to you.
Yeah, but you don't have enough money for that.
No, I did, and the guy scammed me. He gave me little tiny skulls. So no.
Yeah, you don't have enough money
Yeah.
for Randotti skulls.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
It was
What I'm saying.
Oh, that's true.
You got knockoff skulls. You have enough money for knockoff.
Yeah, as he was saying earlier, he has no money for anything.
Yep,
Yeah.
because I'm buying it all in masks.
Because he's a teenager.
Yeah.
Masks.
But okay.
Anyway,
So should we talk about Jack Frost?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, breakout
Let's talk
film,
about
Michael
Jack
Keaton.
Well, we've been talking a
Michael
lot. Yeah,
Keaton.
yeah. Michael Keaton.
Oh wait, no, that's what I wanted to mention. How
Oh, that's
how
funny.
is it possible for there to be 2 movies with the exact same name and there's no like copyright issues?
That
Like,
happens
how-
all the
how?
time.
Well,
Really?
I don't know if you know
I
this,
didn't
but there
know that.
is another Jack Frost movie that just now came out. It's also on Tubi. It's brand new and it's stupid.
How? But
I don't know.
Well,
I
but
figured it'd be like some
I wonder
legal
the same
action,
thing.
right? I mean,
Because both Jack Frost movies came out within a year of each other. This one and the Michael Keaton one. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but that's a good question. I've always thought that myself.
Yeah.
Wow.
That happens a lot though. But
see, I never knew that happened.
yeah.
Give me one example. Go.
Ghostbusters. But there was one on Hanna-Barbera in the 60s, and then there was another one in the 80s.
Heaven can wait.
Exactly.
There's a lot.
There's a
All
lot.
right. Anyway,
Halloween.
Jack Frost. I'm sorry.
Okay, so yeah, so I basically picked this movie just because I was on the spot and like I'd never really seen it before, but I have seen it here at the store a lot, like around Christmas time. It's on the TV, but like we always have music playing, so like the sound is off on the movies. So I'd never actually seen it, but there's like some scenes and some shots that I would see that I was like, this movie is freaking awesome, and so I really wanted to watch it. I'll say I was let down a little bit.
What?
But
Well, when he picked Jack Frost, I know what he likes. I was like, "Oh, you like Jack Frost?" I didn't know that you would like this movie, but now
Yeah.
you're
Well-
saying this was the first time. I didn't know that.
yeah,
Well, it's-
and I did like it. It's
It's
fun,
fun.
and it's
I love
not
it. Yeah.
meant to be taken seriously, and I
Yeah.
didn't take it seriously.
That was why I didn't mention Red Christmas, because I was gonna say let's watch Red Christmas, but this is fun and it's
Yeah.
light.
We could have watched Red Christmas though. That
Yeah.
would have been a good one because I have never seen that. But
Yeah.
There's more to talk about on this.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's on Tubi as well. So.
Yeah. But
All right, Tubi.
my
I know it
favorite
has it all
Tubi
on there.
plug.
yeah,
all the time.
You got a Tubi tattoo?
I should, because I'm
repping?
always watching TV.
You got stock in Tubi?
Tubi sponsors. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my favorite kill in it is definitely like the big reason why a movie stuck out to me when it was on the screen is when the chick gets her like face smushed in the ornaments and she's all tied up in the lights and like just like ornaments in her mouth and it's just like stuck like that. And so that's like really fun and crazy, but then it kind of kicks off these really kind of interesting shots. Like so the cinematography in this movie, I mean, like it doesn't look good. Like it looks like a cheap like movie, like 90s movie, which is fine, but they did take care to like shoot it well though. Like some of the angles and the compositions are like really fun and creative, and almost every time there's a kill and like the cops come, they have like a cool like POV of the body shot. And so that one's really cool where it's like in the tree
the rocking
with, like,
chair.
the
Yeah,
lights.
yeah.
Well, no,
Oh yeah, that one too. Yeah,
with, like the lights kind of like crossing over and all that.
Looking
They're just, like,
out at the cops.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And but then the rocking chair shot is
that was
really
a great
cool.
prop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just in general, that whole thing,
Yeah.
with, like,
Yeah.
and I love how it's like it's rocking just continuously
For no
like,
reason.
For no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than it's cool.
Yeah. Cop put his foot
I think
on
one
it.
of my favorite parts was the fact that anytime they shot outside on the street, they're like, okay, we have enough money for snow on the ground.
On the only the side.
Yeah,
Only
the
the
ground.
side, and that's it. So try not to get the rooftops or
Yeah.
any other tree. It's summertime, so let's
Yeah.
not get the green trees.
Yeah, it's great. Like there's no snow or slush or anything in the streets or the gutters. Yeah, all of the rooftops like just or like like the windowsills. Just there's no snow anywhere except for just right in front of the buildings.
We're not
And-
shooting this in wide angle, are we?
Yeah, and none of the snow looks like snow.
Yeah.
Like at
Yeah,
all. It's not
no.
even remotely snow.
Yeah, when he's sculpting the snow boobies,
Yeah.
right? It looks
Yeah.
like shaved soap or
Yeah,
something.
No, yeah, there's
doesn't
like
it?
Yeah.
it's like feather, like a little
That's so
thing just
funny.
hanging off.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it for all that. I gave it a solid 7. I thought that it was fun.
Yeah. I give it an
I
8.
give it a 7.
Yeah.
7, what'd you say?
An 8.
Give it an 8.
Why'd
An
you
eight.
give it an 8?
Because it's a great family watch. I mean, some of it's not family friendly, but it's a good family watch. You know, the Michael Keaton one looks really terrifying as it is. So
It's too heartwarming for me.
it's too heartwarming. So the horror Jack Frost is a family friendly movie.
There you go.
Just
Yeah.
gonna have to fast forward. But
Or
yeah.
you can just go watch it for Shannon Elizabeth because that's what it is.
Oh, I love Shannon Elizabeth.
Let's talk about
Should we
Shannon
talk about
Elizabeth
Shannon
for a
Elizabeth for a while?
We can. I've met Shannon Elizabeth.
Have you?
Yes, I have at Horrorhound in 2019.
Is she a sweetheart?
She's a sweetheart.
She
very sweet.
looks
She's
like
tall
it.
too.
Ugh,
She's
I
taller than all of
like
us. She's
her.
very tall.
I like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was fun.
Yeah,
But I
She's
had her
like-
sign 13 Ghosts though. So,
Oh yeah.
so I didn't bring the autograph.
She's like so incredibly hot and so incredibly cute.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like she
Yeah.
does both
She
of
does
them.
both,
Cute
which
and
is hard
hot,
to do.
Yeah.
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 It's tough to do.
Hard to pull off these
It's
days.
Yeah.
true.
I think that's everybody's favorite
Like-
scene in the
like-
movie. And Kill.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's fun. I could have seen more though.
Yeah.
I had to go watch American Pie directly
I know.
after. Immediately after.
I got my own pie.
Yeah. But no, yeah, she's a 10.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Shannon
Definitely.
Elizabeth all day.
Movies
All
and
day.
You know, when I met her, she was right next to Christy Swanson too, so I got to meet both of them
Whoa.
simultaneously. That was great.
I had a little crush on Christy Swanson back
I did
in the day.
too. I
Yeah.
did too. So, yeah, that was a good day.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now I just need to meet Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah.
She's coming to my Christmas party.
She's coming to
I
your
could maybe
Christmas
move
party.
it to Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't supposed to say anything.
Fly her out. Yeah.
Cat's out of the
Now
bag.
you know his secret.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cat's out of the bag. Oh my goodness.
I think one of my favorite shots, well, not shots, I think like weird little gags, is like, so when Jack enters inside a building and the door's locked, for some reason they're just spraying water.
Water.
It's not like he slowly leaks in, it's just like that. And it's like,
It's spray.
it's like,
I mentioned the same thing on my live. I said the same thing.
yeah,
They're
it's,
like, we
thought
don't
that
have a
was
permit
weird.
to shoot here. Go, go, go.
Yeah.
but it's like, how can he turn to water that fast, but it's like 30 degrees outside? Like,
Right.
Wait, you were believing everything up until then?
Yeah. It all made a lot of sense.
it's a real movie. Yeah. But I thought it was so funny because like they don't even notice it too. They're just standing there and,
Yep.
it's
And
like,
watching it happen, like, oh, okay.
and they're like, that's just a flood. And then he comes in, he's like, hey there, you
Yeah.
know, like it just makes no sense at all. But I
Yeah.
love it.
And then the cop is like stuffing napkins in the edge of the door.
Yeah.
What's that
Yeah,
gonna
that's the most
Wait,
useless.
you guys don't do that?
Oh, Shannon Elizabeth moment. Did y'all notice this? Okay, so before she gets in the bathtub, she's
Yeah.
blow drying her hair.
Oh wait!
Yes!
yes,
20 minutes.
And then
Did you know about her?
Yes. Because it cuts to
and
her.
then let's get in the bathtub.
Let's get in the bathtub.
With her and immediately all the way.
She's like,
into-
my hair is perfect for bath time.
Yeah,
and
that
she has
was one of the
makeup
What the
on.
heck
Yeah.
kind of editing was that?
And it's like,
because it's
right
cutting back,
away,
it
dude.
shows her blow drying her hair back and forth between like intercut with something else for literally like 20 minutes of the
Yes.
movie, and then the very next scene it's like bath time.
Yeah. Well, they're like, okay, she's blow drying her hair, but we have a bathtub kill. Get in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
He
I
could
didn't
have
know
just
if anybody else
pushed her
noticed that.
in the bathtub
Oh, yeah.
with the blow dryer, and then she would have
But
caught on
that's
fire.
no fun. I like that.
that's
I like
true.
that he came to life around her, and her arms were stuck in him.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Why was the bathtub pre-filled? Like, it would have been getting cold. Like, it was a hot bathtub, and it's just cold water just sitting in there. That makes no
It's
sense.
the ice challenge.
I should Just trying to get acclimated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that.
It's like fitness.
Sure.
Yep.
I guess that's why this was straight to video.
Should have been straight
All
to the
that, right?
theaters.
What? This one?
Yeah.
Come on.
I
Speaking
thought it
of
was
video,
fun, though.
I
I love
was
the
like-
first kill with the sled with like
Yeah.
Yeah, the world's
razor
sharpest-
sharp blade.
Oh yeah.
Just completely takes his head off. Clean, clean, clean.
And the kid says it's the snowman. He could have said, like, he fell. But no, it was the snow.
Is this snowman?
Who
Yeah, you had to
believes
see the
that?
snowman push
Yeah.
him over. It's like he slipped. It's snowy.
Yeah.
No one listens to kids.
But yeah, that's so funny. It's like, what kind of sleds are these kids rolling around in? It's just the sharpest sled of all time.
Slayer sleds.
Slayer sleds.
Oh, I just came up with something.
Yeah, yeah.
Coming to you this
Oh!
Christmas, Slayer
Oh
sled.
my
Came up
God.
with Slayer
You guys
sleds
want in
and
on this?
Silent Night, Naughty Night. We're doing
Silent
good
Night,
here.
Naughty Night.
I think we're all gonna be rich.
Yeah. There
I
you
think
go.
I think next Christmas we're gonna have our own movie,
Yeah.
I think so.
and other people will
Silent Night.
bet on that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Put them in
All
a
for
theater all alone.
That's like-
Moth at nightmaretoys.com. Who would support the Kickstarter for
Yeah.
Silent Night, Naughty Night,
Yes.
featuring incredibly sharp sleds?
That's like the
There you
pinnacle
go.
of
Yeah.
the game. What do you even name
We only
the
need
game?
like $5,000.
Yeah.
We can make that movie on the.
we can do it right now.
We've got equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the pinnacle of that game,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
right?
Is guessing what's
Yep.
going to
But
happen.
we need a great name for the game.
Christmas games.
That's weak.
Oh. That was a good one.
You came up with Christmas game. That's the. You ended on that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Evil Christmas games. There we
All
go.
right. Yeah, we do need to think
We need
of
a great name, because then we can brand and we'll have shirts and then
Oh, I got it.
it'll be a whole thing.
And
Who
then we,
does the bloody Santa Claus mask?
Mikey Severe.
Yeah. It's Mikey Severe
I love it.
mask, and then but is it Ghoulish Productions?
think it's
Ghoulish.
Ghoulish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
Ghoulish
Ghoulish.
mass produces it.
Where,
Yeah, that's really
so
cool.
I love
that
that
mask
mask.
just popped up.
In a Bruce Willis movie.
Yeah, and like there was a trailer for a new Bruce Willis movie.
Yeah.
Before he retired or whatever, and that mask is all over it.
Yeah, they're
Oh.
like,
Like
for
everywhere. And so
hostages.
Mikey was like, "Hey, I just saw this like trailer, and my mask is all over this thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think I need to talk to my lawyers."
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
probably not. He's gonna make a lot of money from.
Yeah.
I mean, if the
But
movie's
that's cool. If your
the
mask
movie's
gets in a movie,
popular.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah.
what that is.
But
Yeah.
it's interesting. I have wondered about that kind of the licensing right or whatever for that, because I mean, masks end up in movies all the time,
Sure.
and think you get away with it. Like, I don't think I think once it's a mass-produced thing, it's kind of like if I make a chair and the chair ends up in a movie. Like, do they owe me money for that chair?
A little.
Yes.
Or like, or whatever. Like, if like, I don't know. It's interesting. Like, I wonder about that.
That's how
Like,
that works. Yeah.
but that happens a lot. I mean, like, like you could go through all the movies that have like famous masks in them. Like, I don't like for like Rocktober Blood. Like, Be Something had no idea that mask was going to be featured in that
Right,
movie.
right.
Like, they
Yeah.
just found out about
Yeah,
it.
and Fang Face is famous.
Yeah,
Something
and I
like
know like, and same thing with like the Savage Eye, masks in the Funhouse. Like, I think once it's like a mask, like I think there's some kind of loophole where you can just use it. But maybe I'm totally wrong. I don't know.
Episode 61, licensing.
Yeah. well, I mean, obviously, like, so, like, you know, for the Halloween franchise with the Kirk mask, once it came out that it was a Kirk mask, it wasn't Don Post that was like, you can't do that. It was fucking
William Shatner.
William Shatner. Yeah, who was like, you can't use my likeness. So then that's why it changed in part 4 or whatever. It looked totally different. Like, so there's gotta, I mean, I don't know if like whoever sculpted it or like once you turn over your mask to a mass production company,
Right, you're kind of signing over your rights.
You're kind of you're not there. They have the rights to produce that mask now, but as far as putting it in a movie, I don't know who gets those rights.
Right.
But like I know Immortal masks, for example, when they sell a mask, they are including the rights to use it wherever.
Oh,
That's how that Winnie the Pooh horror movie came out. They just used that mask.
Yeah.
They didn't know that was going to happen until the world found out and there was a trailer for it. Like, but they're just like, yeah, that's cool. Now probably if that movie's
That's
popular,
super cool,
people are going
yeah.
to buy that mask. So you're going to make
It's
you know,
going to be popular.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So
There were no mask sightings in Jack Frost, huh?
Nope. Well, I'm not sure why someone would be wearing a mask.
nothing that.
No, I mean, you
No,
know,
but I want
probably-
the head.
Yeah.
I want the Jack Frost head, though. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I'd
Like
like
a
to-
big paper mache head.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Just a big Jack Frost
No,
head.
because you know normally like in some of these
Styrofoam.
movies you'll have like mask sightings. Like a great example is in Christmas Story, which might be one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Yeah.
I grew up on that movie. I'm an '80s kid.
Yeah,
man.
it's a good movie.
But anyway, that movie at the very end when they're opening Christmas presents, there's a
Savage Eye Economy Frank mask.
bam
Yep.
Boom.
mask
I
sightings.
believe it's the same
What?
one.
Yeah.
I think it's the same
now
one.
I have to
Funhouse
go
used.
see that.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
at the very end when they're like opening all the Christmas presents
Right.
and then they're like kind of
Sleeping.
laying and sleeping in the
Right.
wrapping paper. There's a
There's a
Frankenstein
mask
there. Yeah.
Yep.
I have to pay attention to that now.
Yeah.
As
Which
many times I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it is
Oh,
the
cool.
same mask that's in the Funhouse, right?
That's what
Except
I was
that,
telling
yeah.
you.
Obviously,
Is it?
in
Oh.
in the Funhouse,
Yeah.
it's modified. It's like customized and
See,
stuff.
so we
so
just
it's
did
just
like
the same
mask.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but with masks.
But with masks.
Yeah.
You can do that a
Frankenstein.
lot.
Yeah. It reminds me of the
I
mask
never
quizzes
seen that.
we do.
Never
Yeah.
paid attention to that.
Let's not talk about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, right. Nobody wants to hear it.
No one wants to hear about the mask guessing game.
I love those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite Christmas movies are different from everybody else.
What are yours?
Well, my favorite horror one is Black Christmas, the original, of course.
Of course, yeah.
It's a good one.
I do like the remake, the 2006 remake.
I finally brought your DVD back
Yes,
after a
you did.
year
It's
of
sitting over here.
not watching
You
it.
got over here.
The remake?
Yeah, the
Yeah. You didn't
2006
watch it?
one.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
I watched it for about 10 minutes.
You don't like the 2006
Yeah, I
remake?
couldn't get into it.
No?
I
Oh,
love
I
the
love
original.
it.
I love the original.
Oh,
so
I do
creepy.
too, but the story
I
still
love
kind
Bob
of
Clark.
goes with it though.
Yeah.
The story kind of still goes with it. The new Black Christmas that came out, 2019? That's
Oh.
shit. Yeah, no, that's nothing to do with
Yeah.
these other
They-
Black Christmas
Yeah.
They
movies.
spoiled the
I
ending.
just love
in
the
trailer.
aesthetic of like Bob Clark movies.
Well, yeah, no, I get
you know
that.
what I mean?
It's
They're
my
just-
favorite.
Yeah, they're so gritty and raw and creepy and I don't know. I just
1940s,
love it.
yeah.
No, you're
Yeah.
no, it is.
I
I
think
also
we-
like Christmas Carol with George C. Scott. That's one of my
That is a
favorites,
classic.
and it has to be the one with George C. Scott.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that one.
I love
and
that
it has
movie.
a little creepiness to it. I love A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Or Christmas Carol movie.
Scrooged.
Scrooge.
Yeah,
Scrooged is
Yeah,
awesome.
I watched
Great
that a week
Christmas
ago,
movie,
actually.
Yeah. I love that movie.
I
I,
do
I
too.
didn't see Scrooge until like less than 10 years ago. Like I
Yeah.
didn't grow up on it, and I was just like, oh my god, like this
It's so
movie's
good.
been here this whole time, and I haven't watched
I
it.
remember when it came out. Yeah, everybody loved that. Everybody was talking about it.
Yeah, Scrooge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Good
makeup's
one.
so sick.
Yeah, the makeup's
yeah.
incredible. There's just great dialogue in it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Shot beautifully. Like I love that movie. I always have.
It's great.
Yeah. Steve Johnson, I think, did makeup on Scrooge.
Yeah.
He did that. He made
The boss, the zombie boss.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Well, I don't
that
know.
had the mouse coming out of the back of his
I mean,
head.
how cool
I don't
is
think it's that. I,
The
I
Brim
think
Reaper.
he made
Yeah.
the taxi driver.
Oh,
you know who that
puppet.
is?
Oh, okay.
You know who that
actor?
taxi driver is?
I can see him. No.
No, anyone?
No.
No.
No,
I
that's
don't-
Buster Poindexter, the singer from the New York Dolls.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I remember seeing that. I
Okay.
think.
You
Yeah,
told me
yeah.
about
But
that.
yeah, but he made. I think he made the like the puppet version.
Oh, okay.
Isn't there like a puppet?
I think so. Or
Yeah.
you think about Ghostbusters?
What?
Because
No.
there's a puppet taxi driver in the original.
Maybe I'm Actually, I'm probably thinking about Ghostbusters because
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a puppet.
Well,
in
hang on.
Scrooged.
But then there.
I am probably getting some facts twisted around, but I thought he got the job on Ghostbusters making that puppet because he had made a puppet for Scrooge. But I could be totally getting that wrong.
I don't recall ever
the main
seeing a
thing he did on
puppet for
Ghostbusters was sculpt Slimer. But
Hell yeah.
Right.
maybe he probably made that taxi driver puppet too, and that's where my brain is crisscrossing.
I gotta
facts.
see this. I'm not registering a
Yeah.
taxi driver puppet in the movie.
In
Scrooge.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm probably
I'm
getting it
I'm
wrong.
not seeing it.
Wasn't there a Grim Reaper with a skull face though? Or am I thinking?
No, he had a television for a face.
He did?
Yeah.
I don't remember
Yeah.
that.
I'm trying to like envision Steve Johnson's IMDb page right now, and I think I'm wrong. I don't think he had anything to do with Scrooged. I think I'm just talking shit
I feel like he did though.
on accident.
Maybe he might.
But so, any other Christmas movies?
If I had to go like a kids type movie, because you said Christmas Story, there's a movie that came out in '85 called A Christmas Movie, or Santa Claus the Movie. Excuse me.
Oh, with Dudley Moore?
Yes,
and
with
John
Dudley
Lithgow?
Moore.
Yeah,
Yes. So you know what I'm
absolutely.
talking
Oh,
about.
of course,
Sorry,
dude.
y'all.
That movie was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they weren't called elves; they were called Vendigums.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were.
yeah.
And then the reindeer ate
Oh,
candy canes. Yeah.
Nerd.
It's
What's
really
the-
good.
It's
The-
cool.
What's the Tim
actor
Allen
that played
movie?
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
plays
No,
an
Santa
excellent
Claus.
Santa
Santa
Claus.
Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Santa Claus the movie.
But yeah, Santa Claus the movie. Yeah, Dudley
It's
Moore.
good.
He's like a
He's
tinkerer.
an
He
elf,
makes this
yeah.
crazy, like jet-powered Santa sleigh that like
Mhm.
runs on candy canes
Yep.
and
Didn't,
whatnot.
didn't we watch that one?
Yeah, it's.
I remember
That sounds
that.
I grew
cool.
up on that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
That
I
was-
did
It's
too.
creepy.
That
I
was a
love
feeling.
that one.
John Lithgow's like a psychopath,
psycho.
corporate nut job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's cool.
It's a good movie.
You know what?
No
What
one ever
other
talks about
movie is in my like absolute top 5, but maybe top 3, but I kind of forget to mention it, is just the Rankin and Bass Rudolph.
Oh man,
That's a
yep.
great one.
Like
I
that-
own
Oh, yeah.
those,
That
yeah.
is what
Yeah.
got me obsessed with stop motion as a kid. Like stop motion is my favorite medium. It's like my favorite artistic medium of anything, and it all started with Rudolph from Rankin and Bass, and then you start.
There's
and
a
then
bunch of them. There's like
Yeah.
Rudolph, Frosty,
Frosty.
Yeah,
Saint Nick.
yeah.
Young Santa.
But
yeah.
I think Frosty the Snowman isn't stop motion though. It's still good though.
Is it Rankin and Bass though, right?
Yeah. It's still them, and it's still good. It's just like regular 2D animation. But like
Oh, yeah, yeah,
the
you're right.
what the Heat Miser and
Yeah.
The
What is
one-
that?
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That one's on Saint Nick, right? Or
No,
what
that's
is it called?
the Christmas miser. Yeah.
is it Christmas Miser?
I
forget
think that's
the
what
name
he's
of it.
called, but I don't know if the movie's called that though.
I think it's literally like verses, like Heat Miser.
Heat Miser, Mr. Snow.
But I know what you're. Yeah, I know
Oh,
what
yeah.
you're talking about.
I'm
Yeah.
Mr. Heat.
'Cause I'm
Miser.
picturing it right now.
Mr. Snow. I don't know, but,
But that's
um,
one. Yeah.
yeah, I like that one a lot. And then obviously like Nightmare Before Christmas, like
Boom.
Yeah.
is like
The best.
the best like version of stop motion ever. I think like. But speaking of stop motion, just to go on a rant real quick,
Mad Monster
2 new movies. Well, yeah, of course, Mad Monster Party is one of my favorite movies. Blah blah blah. But 2 new movies that just came out. I really loved both of them. And it's Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Oh yeah.
I just
You
saw.
saw
it.
I haven't
Yeah.
watched that yet. So
Was it
that
beautiful?
Well,
Where'd you
it's
see
not,
that?
it doesn't technically
Netflix.
come out till Friday. No, Friday it's going to be on Netflix and
Oh,
in
okay.
theaters, but it's in one theater here in town. It's in like select theaters right now. So I went like a couple nights ago.
What? I want
And
to see that.
I do too.
Yeah, it's at the
Yeah.
Aliante. I was going to invite you, but the Aliante is literally the opposite side of
I was
the
just there.
state from you.
I was there yesterday.
Oh,
It
really?
took me an hour to get there.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
like if this is Las Vegas, like this is where Zach lives, and this is where the Aliante
Yeah.
is.
No.
Like it's the other side of the valley.
No joke. When I was driving there yesterday and I got into like the heart of it, I was like, I've never been here before. Like
Yeah.
I was so
Yeah.
blown away.
But yeah, Pinocchio was amazing. It's beautiful. I
Oh,
love
okay,
Pinocchio.
cool.
I mean, and again, being obsessed with Guillermo del Toro and obsessed with stop motion, and he's been trying to make Pinocchio for like over a decade. So it was this like thing where it was like, it finally happened, and like it's in
Yeah.
stop motion, and it's like if I could have, I think even before it was announced as stop motion, I was like, he should do it as like a stop motion movie, but that would never happen.
Was it beautiful?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like the animation's insane.
Yeah.
And then the other one, which is kind of more of a hybrid with like there's like some CG and stuff in it too, but it works really well. Is Wendell and Wild?
Never heard
Oh,
of
I've
it.
heard of
haven't
that
heard of
one.
that
Yeah,
Was that-
it just came out on Netflix. It's like they just like snuck it. They just made it and released it and kind of didn't tell anyone about it. But it's Henry Selick directed it. And Henry Selick.
Is that Tom Selleck's son?
No, I don't think so. But you know who Henry Selick is though.
No.
I mean, okay, well, you know his movies. He directed Nightmare Before Christmas.
Never heard
Oh.
of
He
it.
directed James and the Giant Peach and
Yeah.
Coraline.
Yeah.
And so
All of
he's
those.
like, yeah, I never heard of any of those. So he's like,
Like-
he's the stop motion like god basically.
Okay.
Like he's the guy.
Yeah.
You know, after Rankin and Bass, he's kind of the next pillar. Well, we're forgetting to
After
mention
Tippett.
Harryhausen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Phil
Obviously
Tippett.
Ray Harryhausen and yeah, Phil Tippett and but
I digress.
Phil Tippett, yes, but I'm talking about like stop motion films from start to finish. You know,
Oh,
Phil
sure,
Tippett did a
yeah.
lot of stop motion stuff for those
Right,
big
right,
'80s
yeah.
movies, and he made some of his own little short films and stuff
Mad God.
that are awesome. Well, Mad God is not a little short film; it's
Oh.
a gigantic, epic movie that took
Undertaking,
like
yeah.
30 years or something, and
Yeah.
it just came out. But and also it's not all stop motion. But no, like he made I'm gonna mess up the name, but like Dawn of Time, something about evolution. Might even be called Evolution, or no, that's what Ray Harryhausen wanted to
It's
make.
the land before time. Nice.
What is? Oh, it's like prehistoric beast. I'm sorry, prehistoric
Oh.
beast, and it's like
Close.
it's like this like 10 or 15 minute short film about dinosaurs that like he did like after doing all these crazy big movies. It was like his like I'm gonna do
Sounds
whatever I
familiar.
want for myself type thing. But it's really cool. But yeah, obviously Phil Tippett's the man. But Henry Selick, I'm talking from like a stop motion movie from beginning to end. Anyways, he directed Wendell and Wild and co-wrote it with Jordan Peele.
Oh.
And Key and Peele played these like demon brothers in the movie, and it's just awesome. And it's a really good movie. I like all the characters. The animation's really dope, and it's just kind of fun. They just kind of made it, and it's out there. It's on Netflix, and they
Yeah.
just kind of didn't tell anyone. Like, it's pretty wild. And
Wendell
like,
and Wild.
it's pretty Wendell and Wild. So I'm excited
Check
though,
that
because so that's two really cool stop motion films produced by Netflix that came out this year, and so I'm just like really hoping that I get more stop motion now, because this stuff is amazing. It's like it's as far as the fluidity and everything, it's better than stop motion's ever been. But what's really cool about so in Wendell and Wild, it's got a lot of CG cleanup and stuff. In Pinocchio, it's like it still has that texture that stop motion has, where like if it's fuzz, the fuzz will kind of move and change, or like
Yeah,
the cloth
I
or
love
the
that.
hair
I love
stuff
that,
moves,
yeah.
and so you get that, but then it's like coupled with all the insane modern technology and like super fluid animation. And sorry, I had to go off about stop
Yeah,
motion
no,
real
that's
quick,
beautiful.
because those are the kind of the movies that I watched in the last week that really kind of blew my mind.
Yeah.
But I'll love anything stop motion, though.
Yeah.
So I'm a little
I
biased.
know a
I'm
lot of
really
people are
biased.
wanting to watch Pinocchio, so
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't wait.
I've been wanting to see that
Yeah, me
like
too.
really, really badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go see it again.
So like for Christmas movies, what constitutes a Christmas movie? Just like a mention, like not every, like for example, Edward Scissorhands, I consider it a Christmas movie, but it only has like a small portion that is actually Christmas based, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, well, how would you? Where's the line where you're like, well, that's not a Christmas movie. It doesn't have that much Christmas content. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah,
don't know, because I consider Edward Scissorhands a Christmas movie too.
I always have.
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
certainly
it
like
just
a
is.
winter movie.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
feels very cold, but I wouldn't call The Thing a Christmas movie. So it's not really what constitutes it. But because they
Right.
put that Christmas theme in it, and it's just so magical, and it's just such it's just like a fantasy, and I don't know, it just like kind of drips with Christmassy vibes, even though there's only that little bit.
Have you ever seen? It's really dark and it's kind of depressing, and it came out through Disney back in the 80s, and it was called One Magic Christmas, and it had Harry Dean Stanton in it.
No, I have not seen that.
Dude, super creepy. He plays the angel Gabriel, and it's about him looking after these kids who are like in a home of abuse, and like an alcoholic, abusive father, and like it's really sad and depressing, and they fall off this cliff, and Gabriel saves them, and I don't
Oh.
know. It's called One Magic
One
Christmas.
Magic
Harry Dean
Christmas, okay.
Stanton,
Yeah.
excellent role
Yeah.
on his part. He's super young. It's like the early 80s.
Yeah, I love him.
Very, very creepy and dark.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. I don't think I've ever watched that one.
Yeah, One Magic Christmas.
Okay. That's a new one.
Yeah.
And
Hell
it's
yeah.
80s, and I haven't seen it.
And Harry Dean, like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, and he's in a lot of
Yeah,
80s
anything
stuff, too.
he's in, I'll love.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
I
him.
like him.
His delivery on everything is just
Yeah.
flawless. Like,
Yeah.
just the most calm delivery ever, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, I like him.
yeah. I think I talked because we did. Oh wait, but was I involved in the Carrie conversation? I can't remember. Well, I feel like maybe on the podcast I've already mentioned it, but him. Oh, I said Carrie. I meant Christine.
Christine. Yes.
Love.
He's so freaking good in
As the
Christine
cop.
Yeah.
as the cop.
Yeah.
The way that he plays that
Yeah.
is just like it's.
When they rebuild that car, and
Yeah,
he's like,
it's just like,
talking about the
yeah.
paint.
Don't they? Didn't they stop making that
Yeah,
color?
yeah,
Back
yeah.
It's like no. I mean, I bought it. It's like yeah, you bought it. And he's just like oh man, just the way that he plays that, like that scene specifically. Yeah,
Yeah.
where he goes and he's talking to him in the parking lot. Like it's just.
Yeah, he brings up like, didn't they defecate on your car?
Yeah.
He has like some super
Just-
smart ass response
Yeah,
to
just
it.
about everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just like he knows he's lying. He doesn't know how he did it.
Yeah.
He doesn't think that the car remade itself overnight or something like that.
Yeah.
But he's just interested. Like you don't seem to care anymore.
Yeah.
And hey, did you know we turned up dead?
Yeah,
Isn't that weird? Yeah,
Harry Dean, he's the man.
He's awesome.
Absolutely.
Repo Man too.
Oh yeah.
You know what's funny about
Pretty
Repo
in
Man
Pink.
though? With him is
Is Emilio Estevez?
yeah.
What?
But he basically he didn't show up to set half the time, and so almost all the scenes, probably like 90% of the scenes with the black dude, they just gave him Harry Dean's lines.
Really?
Like because he didn't show up to work, so they had him do it. So literally like almost 90% of the scenes with him where he's like having like a full-on speaking role is because Harry Dean Stanton didn't show up. But some of those scenes are like the best ones from the movie.
That's cool.
Like
Oh.
when he's driving around and he's just talking about like he's like, I call bullshit on that. It just like has this whole spin that it's like
That's so cool. I had no
it's
idea.
one of those things where it's like it's this awesome thing that happened because I think it probably made the movie better. But it's interesting that it's because Harry Dean Stanton like wasn't at
Yeah.
work.
Like,
He was drunk or whatever.
I'm just not showing up today.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not gonna show up. But yeah.
Yeah.
Paris, Texas is another really good one with him.
Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't seen that one.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen
Yeah, I've
that
seen
one.
that.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, he's tight. He's tight.
He's tight.
What
But-
else? What do y'all got going on? What's the next project? What are y'all doing next?
Well,
You want to talk about it?
yeah. Well, okay. If you follow my Instagram, some of you who are watching this,
What's your Instagram?
yeah, what's the Instagram?
Monster Resurrection. He has it on his shirt, as you can see. See.
There's
Yeah.
Monster Resurrection. There's Monster Resurrection Studio.
Yeah, so his
too,
first.
just
All
so
right,
y'all
let's
know.
just like a little bit of backstory. When he was like 10, he came up with the name Monster Resurrection, and wanted to make that like into a company. So we made it into a company that we're all part of now. And so his personal page is Monster_Resurrection.
Yeah.
And then the business page is Monster Resurrection Studios. So the business page is where we put all of our finished work, anything that's for
Yeah.
sale that just became completed. And then the personal page is where you can keep track of this psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me posing about masks 24/7. But in October, I premiered this mask at Son of Monsterpalooza. I brought it with me today. It's the original Paint Master. This one is Gregor Mortis.
I love that.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
really gnarly.
I love and
Turn
I
it over here this way so I can see that side.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and he has a
That's
bullet
cool.
wound.
Yeah, fun fact is when he was sculpting this, we actually, Dylan and myself, shot it with a BB gun. Where's the
Oh, did you
hole
really?
at?
Right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Well, there's one. Where's the other one? Oh,
Right
there.
on
It's
the
right
back.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was higher.
Right on the back.
Yeah, that's like we literally shot it
But
with
like
BB gun.
in the
Yeah.
house.
It's like a pump action.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Pop. And the
In the house?
In the house, and the
y'all
BB
need a
stuck in the
video
wall.
of this stuff.
Yeah,
I
I know we
did.
should have, dude.
I did. Yeah.
Oh,
The
wait,
sec-
we did it twice. We shot one in the house, and the BB's in the wall, and then we shot one because after they got stuck in the wall, I was like, maybe we should go outside for the next one.
It's
Yeah.
maybe if that hit not stucco, it could have like I don't know ricocheted into one of our eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we videoed the
Shoot
next
your
one.
eye out, kid.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I've had
God.
that BB gun since like Christmas Story days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the fun fact about this is when we shot it, this entire thing, like where kind of like the skin kind of lips up because of the shot, I just left it there. I just only had to refine it just a hair so it's not too,
No, that just goes to
wishy-washy.
show you how powerful the damn BB gun was.
Yeah.
Because it went all the way through and it just blew out.
Blew.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it's like a legit
It looks great.
Thank you.
gunshot. Yeah, I want to
That one.
like I think I think a 9mm would literally obliterate a clay sculpture.
Explode it.
But I do want to try it with a 22.
I'm in.
And just because I think it would still be like a giant hole, but I don't think it would
I'm in.
blow it up. And we could do a test
This is a
too.
new game.
Because you could just take a lump of clay and just shoot it.
We
and see
do
what
this.
happens.
We're gonna do this after a full night of betting and drinking on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Like
I got the 22.
Christmas morning. It's just like, all right, it's the 22. It's really like a
Who's got clay?
yeah. It's just like it's a shotgun. You're like, I got my 22, and it's just a 12 gauge.
I do not think that gun means what you think it means.
Oh my god.
But yeah. Anyway, we shoot our sculpts.
Yes.
But yeah, it's the end of the year, and we're actually in the process of kind of reworking our brand. Dylan and I are going to build a brand new website. We have a whole slew of products that we haven't released yet that are going to come out next year, along with a vintage vacuum form line that we're calling.
Oh, cool.
We're calling it
Creepo
Creepo
form. Yeah.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
that.
So
Yeah, very
outside of the three of us, we have another sculptor named Jose who's actually moving out here pretty soon, and he has just been banging out sculpts one after the other. And so we're gonna have a really big release in
nice.
2023.
Yeah, we're gonna like we were saying, we're gonna build a whole new website, and we're probably gonna get rid of some old products. So like if you go on there now and like you see something that you want, like it, it's like a 50-50 shot if we'll be even offering it next year.
Yeah.
Because we just really started doing this stuff, seriously like 2 years ago. So we're obviously still refining our craft, and so. We look at some older work and we're not so happy with it, and then we do newer stuff, we're more happy with it. So we're going to kind of be moving some old products out, bringing new stuff in. And like you mentioned, the Creepiforms, we have 6 or 7.
I think there's 7.
They're already sculpted, molded, cast, they're made and everything, and they've just kind of been sitting around my garage waiting to get painted. And then like you were also mentioning all of Jose's masks, it's I guess why not? I may as well just throw it out here. Like, I'm actually going to be leaving Nightmare Toys at the end of the year. I'll still be involved in a lot of stuff. I'll be here. We'll still be doing Mask Monday videos.
Everybody just went, what?
You
got to put like sad music in there.
Yeah, well, here's
type
the
of
thing:
stuff.
it's kind of a sad thing, but also it's a very happy thing, because the thing is, I haven't had any time to make new stuff lately, because I'm here or I'm at home and I'm filling, Monster Res orders or Myers rehauls or whatever that came in that week. So I'm not having any time to make any new masks or get better at sculpting, for that matter. And then also all this stuff has been piling up that I need to paint that we haven't put out, pretty much strictly because of the fact that I haven't had time to paint it yet.
Right.
And so there's so many products that are going to come out next year because I'll have the time to paint them.
Yeah.
So, so I'll basically be here finishing out the year, and then, but I'll still be on YouTube and stuff like that, and hopefully at some conventions and all that. So, it's not like I'm going to disappear completely.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
the last
Yeah.
you're going to see a Shelly Moth.
Yeah. But, and again, so it's a good thing, because I'm going to have just like so much more time to make more stuff and to paint the stuff that's already made. And so there's going to be a bunch of stuff coming out in
I think
2023.
the great thing about all of that, though, is that the horror community as well as the mask making community is so small and so tight that everybody is just like beyond supportive of one another. So even a shift like this that is, heart-wrenching for like the Nightmare crew.
I'm sad.
I know.
I already cried this weekend. But
I'm a little,
we won't
I'm
talk
a little
about
sad
that.
too.
But still, like, it's still like a very much so like a family vibe where we're just like supporting and lifting each other up, every time we turn around. But yeah, I know it's big news.
Yeah, but Shelly Moth will be still Shelly Mothing,
Shelly Mothing.
Yeah.
He's moving on to something fantastic, something he loves to do. So there you go.
I'm making that leap, that leap of faith
you've
that
got to at
every
some
artist
point.
wants to make, and if you don't do it, you just never will.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
so it's not like I don't like working at Nightmare Toys. It's just I need time to make, because the thing with anyone who's creative or artistic is like you're happiest when you're creating. And like if you're not creating anything new,
Yep.
you just get really launched into like a deep depression. Like it and it's something you can't explain. And then also like say I do, so it's Sunday and I didn't have that many orders, or I got all my orders done on Saturday and it's Sunday, and so it's like, all right, sculpt. And that's not how being artistic really works. Like
it's not on call.
you can't just be like, okay, I mean, maybe if you're incredibly good, yeah, then, and you're like, I have to sculpt this thing for this movie, cool, you can do that because you're like that legit of a sculptor. I'm not. I have to be inspired and want to do something to create anything good. All the stuff that has sold well or anything has just been because it's like a passion project, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like if you don't have this, like a lot of times I'll just be like sitting here or like, you know, shipping out orders and I'll be super inspired to make something, but it's like I'm at work, you know, and so you can't. And so like it's just one of those things where now you can, or I can, move at the speed of inspiration, you know.
Yeah.
And but hopefully, and obviously I'm at this point where it's kind of like I think I can support myself from mask making, but I don't have enough time to make enough stuff to support myself. So it's kind of like once I'm freed up with this time, then I can hopefully make enough stuff to support myself, and I'll need y'all's support more than ever.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so but yeah,
Yeah.
You won't know if you can do it until you do it.
until you do it, exactly.
Take
Yeah.
that leap
You
of
don't know
faith.
until you jump.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like they say,
I'm all for it.
the scariest decisions in life are generally the right ones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
When-
you got to
Definitely.
do
Yeah.
what's uncomfortable, and you know, because you're not going to grow if you're comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about us, changing our entire catalog and our format and everything. It's those growing pains. Like
Yeah.
you have to level up, right? Like last year's ceiling has to be your new floor. Right?
Yeah.
You have
Right.
to strive for a new goal, a new ceiling. So
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, like last year, I don't even know how many masks I made, like from scratch, you know, like sculpts is what I really mean. Like, obviously, I have no idea how many I painted this year. I probably painted more masks this year than ever. But, like, as far as, like, sculpting and stuff, like, I don't even really know how many I made last year. This year, I've made 2. And it's, like, the end of the year, and I've made 2.
Yeah.
And one of them I haven't even released or shown anyone. Like,
Right.
so it's just, like, I'm happier with the 2 masks that I did this year than I have been in like past ones, but it's like I feel like last year I did a lot of stuff and then this year I haven't. So it's like you got to just keep growing, and
You're itching
and you
to do
can't-
something.
You can't, you know, just stay stagnant, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Christmas to yourself.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's an early Christmas present. But you know, when I made like the call to start the company like 2 years ago, I was like just sitting, and the website was like basically done, and I was just like, let's release it. Like we have everything, and you know, it was a little scary to be honest, because sorry, choked on something.
Me, it can be.
What are you doing?
I choked.
Well, you got to cough it out.
I did. So, okay. So, but when we did it though, it was kind of scary because there was a chance like we would not sell anything, we would just die. And, you know, and during that time, 2020 small businesses were just dying, failing. You know, there wasn't enough traction.
Not necessarily.
Well,
There were a lot of pop-ups in 2020.
that's true.
We opened here in Vegas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
2020, right in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there's a lot of people that did.
It hurt a lot of
stuff.
stuff, but it also opened a lot of
Stuff.
doors.
Yeah, it's
lot of
just a
doors.
50-50 thing. I think.
I get
Yeah,
what
I
you're saying,
get what
though.
you-
It was terrifying.
Yeah,
Right?
because we could have been one of those businesses that would have been like, it didn't work out, you know. But
it is terrifying.
it is, yeah.
Yeah, anytime you put like your heart and soul into something and then put it out like on the line, not on the line like the internet, but like on the line for everybody to like be part of and see, it's scary.
It's
Well,
very
that's,
scary.
you know, that's an interesting thing too. We talked a little
Yep.
bit about how small the community is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure just that we put on ourselves about showing anything, because
Yeah.
like I know that anything that I make and I put out there, everyone's gonna see.
Yeah.
Like it's a small enough community to the point where it's like everyone in that community is gonna be aware of that, you know. So it's like, so you like when we did music our whole lives, and you kind of always have that excuse of like, oh, like I'm not successful in music because I'm not good. Like I'm good, but there's just so many people, I'm not getting the exposure that I need, and everyone's
Right.
doing this. So you can always kind of hide behind that excuse of, you know, millions of people are trying to do this, and it's so hard to get heard or seen, which is true. So you can always kind of tell yourself that. But now, if no one's buying your shit, it's because they don't want to, because they have seen it, you know. So like,
that's a good point.
There's a lot of pressure, you know. Like, I mean, and I think that's a good thing. I think it makes you better.
It makes you better.
Like I do not show everything that I make. Like I absolutely do not. I've probably made 4 masks that no one's ever seen because I'm not happy with them, you know.
Yeah.
And
I got a few as well.
Me too.
And which is I think totally fine. You don't like that's something. It's funny about like social media and all that. Like people don't realize like you don't have to show everything.
Yeah.
Like
No.
you shouldn't. You really shouldn't show everything.
Yeah.
You know, like you should only show stuff that you're proud of.
Right.
Exactly.
But on the other hand, you know, like me, I'm super self-critical to the point where I'm almost not proud of anything. But the only way to find out if it's good or not is if you put it out and you see how people respond. And then again, you know, you don't want money to be that important, but if everyone's like, this is awesome, but no one buys it, like it's not that good.
Yeah.
Otherwise it would sell, you know? So it's just kind of, it's interesting.
And you know, like what you've been talking about with change and all that stuff, like last year when I first kind of started getting my hands into sculpting, I wasn't really that good, you know. I had definitely the character and the potential, but I definitely didn't have like what I have now, like with this, you know. So that's why like this year one of my goals was like to get really like pretty good at sculpting, you know. And it's gonna be like that till the day I die, you know. I want to be like the best sculptor anyone's seen of, you know. I want to be in art books, you know, like that type of stuff.
Yeah. And you can always get better.
Yeah, always. There's always room.
Everybody
definitely.
can get better, and that's I think that's the most like the biggest driving factor for me is to just keep getting better. It's for me, it's not to be the best. It's definitely not to make a lot of money. I mean, I think if you're into mask making for making money, like you're absolutely in the wrong business. Like there's like maybe 1,000 people that are into this. So it's like, you're not going to be a millionaire. So it's kind of like, and like chicks aren't gonna think it's cool either. Like it's kind of like when you're doing like
I think
you're
it's
into
cool.
you're into music or whatever.
You're part of like the select few.
I
Okay,
know.
there's not a lot. There's not a lot.
That's what we're looking for.
And
Sorry.
so it's kind of like
That's why we're all single.
well, also we just don't have time. But
There's
if
just no
you're in
time.
a band and you're out on the road for most of the year, like your girlfriend's gonna think that's cool, even though they miss you and they're worried that you're cheating on them or all that crazy drama and all that. But it's like they're still interested because they think you look good on stage.
Yeah.
No one thinks I look good.
Yeah.
Fucking in my pajamas, like
Sculpting?
sculpting a mask.
Yeah. As soon as she's like, well, I have dinner reservations
That's hot,
for us.
baby.
I have dinner reservations for us at 6, and you're like, oh, I still have another at least 2 hours on the dwell of this mask.
I gotta pour it
can't go
out.
in. I gotta pour it. I gotta drain it, and I gotta flip it. So I really can't go anywhere until like 8 or 9. And she's like, well, I guess we're not going then. That's fine. We can go another day tomorrow, but I gotta do this now.
There's only so many of those
that you can't pull those,
sacrifices
dude.
that you get before it goes away, and so but that's another thing, man. It's true passion. Like I have absolutely lost things that I love because I'm so obsessed with mask making, and it's been like that with music and all that too, but it's like it's hard to explain to people who don't have something like that, like just what it's like. You're literally willing to ruin your life for art and for just creating and all that. And but like I said, but then it's like I've also always kind of like made sure I was like safe or whatever, and it's like if you're safe, you're not gonna cross the street.
And that's my biggest fear is like for one of my next sculpts, I don't want it to be below average from my newest one. I want to be better every time.
But that's the thing.
This is dang good.
I know, I love it.
That's awesome. And you're what, 14?
Yep.
14.
But that's the thing is that you've also, and I think all of us, like, applause for all of us in the fact that we have been able to create things and then be able to look at it critically and say, this isn't my best work.
Yeah.
And either tear it apart and start over, and sculpting this can be a little daunting, but like removing big pieces that you thought were awesome. Like if you made some really killer eyes, but it doesn't work, ripping those out can be like very
Upsetting.
scary and upsetting.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure.
all three of us have gotten to the point now where we're like, well, it doesn't work. It's got to go.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's a big part of growing and leveling up and all that.
Yeah, I love like the expression like nothing's set in stone.
Yeah.
Is so perfect for sculpting because you are literally going to set it in stone.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
like when you call this thing done, you are going to mold it with plaster or stone. You know, if you do ultra cal or whatever, but either way, I mean, it's essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
Where like once you mold it, that is what it is.
Yeah.
But until that point, it is not what it is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like you can do absolutely anything until that point. But once you do that, that is what you get. You know. So
when was it? Last week?
Monsterpalooza?
I don't know. No, like last week when we went to Goblin.
Oh.
When we went to LA to go see Goblin perform live, and they did Suspiria.
Yeah.
But we had the divine opportunity to hang out a little bit with Jordu Shell, and Jordu said a great thing. He's like, you never finish a sculpt.
You
It's like
always
you
abandon it.
mhm.
You just leave
Oh,
it.
that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I was like, damn,
Abandon.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
You're never
Yeah.
like, done.
No.
You're just like, I can't do this anymore. I want this off my table. Let's
Yeah.
mold this. Let's
Yeah.
get it out of
That
here.
was me with
Yeah.
my newest one, the Batman.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, we also got to go to K&B,
Yeah.
which that's what I mentioned a little bit
Yeah.
when you were coughing to death. We had this like awesome tour with Howard Berger through like all of K&B. It was incredible.
Chicken
And
skin the whole
yeah,
time.
it was
The whole time.
Choked
Tell
up.
me all about it, and I was like, "Geez, what
Yeah.
a day y'all had!"
I was so choked
It was the
up.
most action-packed 24 hours. Like
Seriously.
ever.
Yeah.
right.
it was awesome.
Pure adrenaline.
And then like the last 5 minutes, I just did that thing where like you like swallow spit
Oh, yeah,
wrong, and it just like gets you, and there's nothing you can do other than to just cough it out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and so like I'm, you know, like you're in the, you know, presence of greatness. You're trying to play it cool. You're trying to be cool, you know, and like
You're all
I'm just
beat-
like,
you're beat
I
red,
was
bro.
literally
Yeah.
just sweating
Oh,
and like
no.
beat red. Just
Yeah.
I was like, he's like, do you want some water? I'm like, no, I'm fine. No.
That's like some Seinfeld shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's like,
no.
no, I'm good. It's like, and it's that thing where it's like, you're trying to like be cool by not taking
Yeah.
water when
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
you're way
Yeah.
less cool to sit there and just cough your lungs out.
Yeah.
like you should just take.
And
the
finally,
water.
like, yeah, I can use
I was
some
like,
water.
I was
Yeah.
like, if it's close by,
Yeah.
I will take some. Yeah, I was dying, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that was a
That's
rad
funny.
weekend, dude.
Dude.
That was rad.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Adrenaline
Yeah, dude,
packed.
Goblin. Was
And just to see
incredible.
Goblin
Just to
live.
see
Yeah.
Goblin.
So
Ah.
they basically they played Suspiria. They played the whole movie and they did
Front
the
to
bottom
back.
score for the whole movie live, and that was awesome. But then after that,
They played-
they did like 45 minutes to an hour of all their hits.
Classics.
All the bangers.
So
That's
yeah,
really cool.
they did like Dawn of the Dead, Tenebrae, Demons.
Demons,
Dude, they
yeah.
launched into Demons first,
Yeah.
and like that's my shit.
Yeah.
So
your
like
shit.
I flipped out about that.
Yeah.
But they did Deep Red. What else did they do?
They did that
yeah.
one like 7 Italian knockoff movie.
They did Phenomenon, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did Phenomena.
Yeah.
Wow.
They did just basically, if you can think of like any of their really popular hits, like they played all of them. They did like 3 or 4 Dawn of the Dead numbers.
It's so funny because
It was
just the other
incredible.
night on Tubi, I put on Suspiria just like for the hell of it, you know,
Yeah.
just background, whatever. And after seeing them perform that live, the movie, I was just like, I can't watch it.
It's not as good, is
Yeah.
it now?
It doesn't
Yeah.
slap.
And
Well,
like,
the best parts
when
of
the
that,
band is playing.
yeah, the best parts of
Yeah.
that movie is during when all the music's going on.
Yeah.
And so getting to see those visuals, but with like the
Loud
best
music.
loud
Yeah.
version of
Yeah.
it, like that was super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, when
One of the hottest bass
Coolest.
players.
players.
super talented.
Google Goblin's bass player, Cecilia Napo.
yeah,
Cecilia. Yeah, I'm in love.
Yeah.
We're all in love.
Super attractive, killer bass player.
yeah,
Yeah.
she did a really good job.
Yeah,
like,
but that was the
tempo.
funniest part. So Dylan keeps saying this, but like the very next morning, we woke up, all of us like super early, and Dylan sees that Cash and I are already awake, and we had been talking about this girl all night, all of us.
Yeah.
And so it's quiet, and me and Cash are on our phones, and Dylan wakes up and he just goes, Cecilia. Like he'd been dreaming about her.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be honest, when we went to the theater, that was my first ever time watching Suspiria.
Oh, was it?
I only seen clips and I was like, that's a cool movie, you know. But when I saw it,
I was like in love with that movie.
Yeah, a lot of
It's
people seem to
beautiful.
love that movie.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
such
a
a
cool,
good
cool way to
movie.
see it.
Aesthetically
for the first time.
pleasing.
Yeah.
Like it's colorful. Just
It's not one of my
beautiful.
favorites. I'm sorry.
What's your favorite
I wouldn't.
Argento?
She's more of a Fulci person.
Yeah,
than
more of a-
Argento.
What's your favorite
Fulci.
Argento?
I love Fulci.
Oh, I don't know.
Fulci's the best.
I don't know right now.
Have you seen Deep Red?
Yeah, I love Deep Red.
Kick-ass movie.
Deep Red is
We'll go
kind of
with
my
Deep
favorite.
Red.
That one and Tenebrae.
Tenebrae's got some
Tenebrae's
hot
good.
chicks in it, dude.
And the,
I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
Tenebrae.
I
Yeah,
like
let's
her.
go with
Yeah.
Tenebrae.
And
Let's-
every 5 minutes in Tenebrae, you're like, ooh, she's hot.
Yeah.
Ooh, she's hot. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the soundtrack's
that's
just
a lot
mwah.
with 70s and 80s
Yeah.
movies, though, right?
it was
Yeah.
a great era.
I
Yeah.
know.
yeah.
Yeah, part 5 is just all just women. Like the actor, I heard he was like a
Part
porn.
5 of
Part
what?
5 of what?
Oh, Friday the 13th.
Whoa!
There's a Tenebrae Part 5?
How many chicks did they find?
I didn't know there were that many beautiful women.
Leave it to Cash, dude.
From Tenebrae to Part 5.
Part 5.
Hit the ground running.
Part
Go ahead.
five.
Part 5 of what?
Friday,
right.
yeah, Friday the 13th.
He's correct.
The Friday the 13th director was a porn director. If you did not know that, that was
A
from
lot of them were.
A lot of worse. So, in the film, there were so many just close-ups of boobs and no Jason. I wanted to see Jason,
I would so much rather look at boobs than Jason.
Yeah.
but
I,
Jason
was
All
I
day.
wanted to see boobs.
Mhm.
Sorry,
I
that's
was-
just me.
yeah.
I was that girl.
and Tommy Jarvis's masks, especially with the alien and
That's
the
Part 4.
No, Part 5 has his mask as
really?
well. Yeah, he just
Mhm.
brings it
I'm
back.
sorry.
It's okay.
Boobs.
Jason.
Yeah, I was too enamored with the boobs.
Sorry. I was just trying to picture Tenebrae Part 5. No one has clothes on.
I want to see that one.
And then there's a vertebrae because it's like Tenebrae.
Well, have you seen
Oh,
the
man.
Suspiria remake then? Have you
Yeah.
watched it and do you like it?
Yeah, no, not a fan.
No,
No.
not a fan?
No.
I have watched both. I'm not a fan.
I am
Either one.
I'm a traditionalist at heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't have Goblin, it's not a good movie.
See, I think I would have liked it if I would have seen it like that, though, with the music
With
and
the
all
mu-
that.
oh, it was
That
so
would've been, like,
changes
the
it.
whole
Well, yeah.
It changes it.
I
yeah.
will say I don't like the Suspiria remake so much either, but I do like the music.
Yeah.
What's his
Music?
name from Radiohead did it?
Radiohead.
Johnny
Oh, I didn't
Greenwood?
know
No,
that.
if it was Johnny Greenwood, it'd be really
Johnny
good.
Greenwood?
No, it was the
Who?
singer guy.
Tom York?
Yeah, Tom York.
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Johnny Greenwood more than
Johnny
Tom York.
Greenwood has some of the best scores.
Yeah.
Like
That's awesome.
probably my favorite composer for film that's come out in the last like 10 years or so or whatever. Like I think the first one that I knew about was There Will Be Blood.
Yep, yep.
And then all the ones that he did for PT, and then he's done some other stuff too.
Ooh, yeah.
Johnny Greenwood is a badass.
I like how you mentioned PT because that's that one. Was it Resident Evil or Silent Hill game?
No.
Well, but it's not. It's like a sequel. It's an unreleased like sequel.
Sequel.
Sequel. Because PT is like Silent Hill. It's like an
You know what
unreleased
he's
game.
I'm talking about P.T.
Paul-
Anderson.
Yeah, Paul Thomas Anderson.
Come on, man.
What are you talking about?
What are
P.T.
you
Barnum?
talking about? I wanna know
I'm
what
talking
you're
about it's this like Xbox game that was released in like the 2010s.
Oh, dude, you're way off, man.
Oh.
But because he said PT, but
Paul
it's
Thomas.
but it's a great horror game that's unreleased.
Oh.
Is it called P.T.?
It's called PT.
Oh.
PT. PT. Yeah.
Okay.
PT.
P.T.
5.
Jeez
There's
Louise.
P2,
P
The-
P5.
Christmas Eve movie.
Mm.
Have you seen that?
What's it
Girl,
called?
P2. Have you watched that one?
Nope.
It's on it's Christmas Eve and it's a girl stuck in a parking lot. In
Does
a
she
parking
die?
garage.
Don't tell us
And-
too much because we might have to
Yeah.
bet
Yeah,
on
might
this
have to
next
bet
time.
on it.
Yeah.
It's really good. I love it. She's stuck in a parking garage and there's a killer and yeah.
Oh.
Huh.
What's
And
the
you know
one-
the actors and actresses in it and stuff. It's I can't
called
remember.
one
the
P2?
Christmas movie that-
P2.
What's the one Christmas movie that we watched with the babysitter, but the kid that she's babysitting is the killer?
I think it's
Oh,
called
Better
Babies.
Watch Out?
Better
Yeah,
watch
Better
out.
Watch
I
Out.
that movie's a
Better
good
Watch Out.
movie.
There's
That
some
is
cool kills
so
in that.
good.
There were some good kills.
That kid needs to man up though.
Yeah,
like
he's-
yeah.
Yeah.
That kid should not be killing babysitters. He needs to man up.
That
Not
was
quite
good.
as good as Silent Night, Naughty Night, but still a classic.
That's a prequel, dude.
Okay.
P2.
I think that maybe
Wow.
was playing on
It's
TV
good. Watch
here at
that
one
one.
point.
Oh, I've heard of
But it's
P2.
set on
Yeah.
Christmas Eve.
It reminds me of the
Naughty
always
Night.
naughty night. It reminds me of the Always Sunny thing where Mac and
That's
Charlie.
what it's called.
Oh, or what? Our game?
Yeah, our game.
Silent Night,
Naughty
Naughty
Night.
Night.
Or Silent Night, Naughty Night.
Yo!
Naughty Night. Maybe not.
It's definitely not silent.
Loud Night, Naughty Night.
Yeah, yeah. If we could think of
Drunk night, naughty
Rowdy
night.
night, naughty night.
That's weird.
Rowdy night, naughty
No,
night.
that's weird.
No.
All right, we'll work on
It
it.
sounds like we're gonna take our shirts off. I don't want any part.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I
Put enough whiskey in me, I'll take my
think
shirt
it's a
off.
pretty good idea.
It's like a bar, basically. Rowdy night, silent.
That's the other thing.
We're all going over to their house to watch Christmas movies.
Exactly.
Christmas
That's the other thing.
Yeah,
though.
anyone's invited, but like, leave your like
Your manhood
your
behind.
PC-ness at home.
Yeah, no, it gets
Yeah.
definitely
Leave your
crazy.
what'd you say?
Your
Your PC-ness.
Oh.
PC.
That's the thing though, because like last year at the end of the night, I was sweaty.
And I was just
Yeah.
over here.
Y'all?
Because all we're doing, we're like yelling.
Literally
Yeah.
screaming and
Yelling.
and laughing. Like, you know, like when you laugh, how like when you're cracking up for a long time, how exhausting it is. Like,
Yeah.
your body hurts, like
Yeah.
your stomach hurts,
Yeah.
like
And, yeah.
like you're literally tensing up your muscles and just screaming
Yeah.
and just laughing
Yeah.
way more than you need to. And
And-
like, but it's like so like after a night of like drinking and screaming and laughing and just betting on stuff and anything's gonna get ramped up and up and up to the point where like you would not believe some of the insane shit we are betting on by the
Yeah.
end of the night.
Y'all need
You
to
know?
video
and
this.
then I'm just sitting there like this, just.
Yeah, because you can't.
That's
Can
what you
I
get for
please?
cheating.
Can I please play? Absolutely not.
But that was me last year. This year, I'm
Don't
making
cheat.
Well,
I'm
the
making
other
a
thing is that
rebound.
it takes forever to get through a single movie because we keep having to pause.
Yeah.
And people are paying money and we're screaming and dude, it took forever. So
Well, y'all can pause between each story if you're going to watch December.
Yeah.
yeah, but
you
I
need
still
to.
think there's going to be a lot of pausing period. Like
Yeah,
just
'cause it's a
throughout
lot
it.
of
yeah.
movies.
But I love that it's 25 shorts.
Yeah. I think
Yes.
so.
dude,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
really
I
excited.
believe there was only maybe one or two that I didn't like out of
Oh.
all of them.
Yeah,
So-
I don't care.
Then we should just skip
We're
over.
excited.
Yeah,
So
I'm
that's
just-
good
I'm
out of one or
bringing
two
it.
out of
Yeah, yeah.
25.
I'm ready.
But
Yeah.
this year, I'm making a rebound. I am not going to cheat. I solemnly swear.
He's already watched Deathcember.
Yeah, right.
Is it still in the shrink wrap?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't open it.
All right.
You might have.
Yeah, we go there and it's
Yeah.
just got like.
It's already got scratches
Yeah,
on it.
just- I don't know.
I got 2 copies of that.
No.
No, Jack.
I didn't know I already had December, and I bought it too from Culture Shock.
Aw,
and
man.
then I
How-
go home and I'm like, oh, I already have it.
How
I had
old
gotten
is
it
it?
from Horror Pack.
Yeah, I
When
thought
did
that
it
was
come
new.
out?
Last
12.
year, I think
Okay.
it was.
Oh.
All right.
Looks like a 2012 film or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, I
think
never
it was
heard of
last
it.
Year. Last year or the year before.
Well, that's gonna be
It
perfect
wasn't
for
too
us.
long ago.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, like I was on the phone. I think with the guy who owns Culture Shock. Like I was talking to him about orders or whatever, and then he was like, "Oh, it was because of the Gingerland signing."
Uh-huh.
Anyways, so, and he was just like, "Yeah, and I have this new release. It's called Deathcember," and he like explained it all. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Dude, I need that." He's like, "Well, it'll be out,
Here's what I'm
before
gonna do.
Christmas."
I like the slip
Here's what I'm
cover.
gonna do. I'm gonna make sure that we get a little bit of content filmed at the height of our shenanigans.
The insanity.
I'll do it.
Just so people can see, and then I'll bring it back here. We'll bring it to Chris and be like, "This is what happens."
Yeah, I'll be the one
Sweet.
filming because
Yeah.
I do not drink.
Okay, it's 2019. Excuse
2019. Okay.
Dang.
Ooh.
2 hours and 25 minutes, y'all.
Oh my God.
Well, speaking of 2 hours and 25 minutes, we've been talking for a long time. What are we at?
I
now?
don't know.
An hour and 15.
That's,
No,
a,
that's
hour
not
and
that's a
bad.
great mileage. Yeah.
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 Great mileage.
We've been having fun.
Great mileage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that what you?
Wow.
Is that
No,
what you know?
no, I don't even know what you were trying to say, but that's not how you say
Great
it.
mileage. Like
Oh, it was part 5.
a great vertebrae part 5. Yes.
Vertebrae part
Vertebrae.
Vertebrae.
five. Man, we got to think of a good name.
I
We'll
was.
brainstorm today.
Yeah, I don't think Naughty Night should be in it.
I do.
Well,
I sure do.
I like
that's
that.
a whole other show.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's
Shout
all-
out to our boy Kev, by the way.
Yeah, Kevin.
He was there last year, and he'll be
Yeah.
there
He'll be here.
again.
Are y'all
this
wearing
year.
Santa hats or
No,
anything fun
I'm-
for
Kevin
this?
might. He might be wearing overalls and the Santa hat.
Yeah, he wears overalls like every day.
I'll be
and
wearing,
I love it.
yeah, I'll
But
be
yeah,
wearing my bat
yeah,
suit.
Kevin's really funny, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get a little footage of it. You guys are gonna
I
see.
want to see this.
Yeah. I'm gonna wear my bat
That'd be
suit to
fun.
it too. So. You
yeah.
know.
My
Wait,
brother,
were you
my brother
what?
might be in
Bat
town.
suit?
Oh, tight.
I was like, dude, if
Oh,
you're in
okay.
Yeah,
town,
he built a bat suit.
Yep.
yeah, suit
Suit.
is a
built
nice
a bat
word for
suit?
what you built.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he built
Wow.
a bat costume.
But the
Oh,
cowl
yeah.
Is the best.
The
is
cowl's awesome.
rad.
yeah,
It's
he
cool.
sculpted
Radical.
a really nice Robert Pattinson Batman cowl.
One of my
Yeah.
favorite movies.
Yeah, and I like he kept like obsessing over that he was gonna do that. He's like, well, I do this, and then I'm gonna do the Batman cowl, and I was just like, dude, just buy one. like I was like, why? Why are you gonna sculpt one? Like, whatever. Okay,
And we
you're gonna
did.
waste all your time sculpting that, whatever. You know.
Look at me now.
And then I came over one day, and he's like, yeah, I got the Batman all blocked out, and I looked at it, I was like, shit, looks pretty good. Yeah, glad you did that.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing.
Thanks for not listening to me.
Yeah, the thing I don't like, I'm not
The
gonna
thing
talk
I
bad.
don't like about you,
Pretty much what everybody likes.
But okay, so most thing like cowl artists do that I've noticed, I've been investigating this, is that they always use like merchandise for the bat cowl, but I used like movie reference, like when Robert's wearing the cowl.
You lying
The hell?
piece
Yeah.
of crap! You
No, I
had a
did.
freaking popcorn
Oh no, wait.
bowl.
That one is the most accurate one I've seen in person. So I used that one, and then
So don't say that you did it.
Yeah,
then.
so don't.
You know, I've been noticing. So I've been looking around this Batman cowl community, and most of these dudes are using like merchandise for reference.
Oh shit.
Not me. I use stuff straight from the film. Well, except for that
cow.
bowl of popcorn.
Bowl of popcorn.
but it's a great reference. But the guy who does it really good is Hernandez FX. He doesn't make monsters. He just makes Batman cowls, and I gotta say,
Oh wow.
pretty good.
I gotta say,
What is that?
That's all he makes. Is just oh, okay.
Yeah, but they're awesome though.
That's
like,
cool.
yeah. But I used like movie screen use cowls from like laying around and stuff, and it's
Yeah,
nice.
but his main source of inspiration was at which theater? The Town Square
Okay.
theaters, right? They had popcorn bowls that were Batman cowls, and you would open the top of the head, and your popcorn is in there.
Oh, how funny.
And so he went and bought one. No popcorn, no movie. Just wanted the Batman popcorn holder thing, and that's what he used. So
Yeah.
liar!
he had probably seen the movie 8 times by that
yes,
point.
about to be accurate 5 times. It's about to be 6 next week.
That's honestly less
That's
than I would have thought.
That's 18 hours of watching the movie.
Hell yeah! I'm
So
down with
is
it.
Robert Pattinson your favorite Batman?
Yeah, he is.
I didn't know anybody would ever say
He's
that.
such a great Batman
Is he?
for me
I haven't
personally.
watched it yet.
Oh, really? I love it.
I thought it was great, dude.
I loved it too
I
much.
think it
It's
is
dark. I don't know.
it's like Arkham.
I heard it was dark.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
the Arkham
definitely
games.
dark. I mean, I'm a emo kid, like so, like
It's emo as hell.
like I mean, like I was an emo kid when that was actually a thing, like when that was like the scene or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
So like I come from that, so like it was cool, kind of seeing that represented like in a Batman movie of all things. But also like I'm a huge fan of the comics. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to get you to read more. He's read 2 so far,
Year
but like
one? Yeah.
I'm obsessed with like Batman comics. I mean, like I have a pretty huge like comic book graphic novel collection, but almost none of it is superheroes. But there's like a whole shelf of just Batman stuff. So like from the back and the old stuff, the middle stuff that like changed comic books forever, and then like the newer, more contemporary stuff. And they, for this new movie, really pulled a lot from the newer, more contemporary stuff that I think people are a little less like don't know so much about, you know, but like him being like young and like dark and like having where he built his bat cave is really cool.
Oh,
Like I
yeah.
won't say so much if you haven't seen it.
Wayne
but, like,
Manor is
Wayne
beautiful,
Manor's
too.
badass.
Goth
and,
Super
City.
gothic.
and
Goth
like,
City.
but like
You should watch it,
what
Christy.
happens
I
to
should, I
the
guess
what happens
so.
to the city at the end is like right from the comic
So
books, and there's a
badass.
whole
Yeah.
year that it's like
yeah.
most people have seen it. You probably don't care.
I just don't do superhero movies.
Yeah.
But that one,
But I like
What's
Batman.
cool about
Yeah.
that one is and people have said this, but it's very true that it's like Batman meets Seven.
yeah.
And so
Oh.
like if you like
So
Seven
badass.
and you like Batman
Yeah.
as a character,
Yeah.
like they really turned him into a detective. They made him have a lot of flaws. Like a lot of times Batman is just this like perfect, handsome, pristine guy who then puts on this like silly bat suit and is all like serious or whatever.
Yeah.
And the thing with Batman is it works really, really well in the comic book medium. And in live action, it doesn't really translate because in the comic books, they're like very serious for as far as superheroes go. They're very serious, but because it's in this comic book, veil or whatever, you
Yeah.
buy it and it works. But whenever you put that stuff in live action, for me, it almost never works. Like I love the '89 Batman and I love Batman Returns. And like I even like Batman Forever or whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's things that I like about them, but it never quite works. I think the best on-screen Batman ever is the '90s animated series.
Good
because,
job.
And again, it's kind of holding hands with the comic book thing, where it's like because it's in this kind of a medium, you can buy the ridiculousness of it. So it has like it blends like the silly stuff and the serious stuff really well in that animated series. Now the new Batman didn't have that silly stuff. They took all the silly stuff out of it. It's very serious. They turned him into a detective. So it had that like in the comics, I mean, it was Detective Comics back in the day. Like he was very much a detective and very like dark. And so they made this younger, darker detective version of Batman that's only in his like first 2 years of being Batman. So he screws up. Like he's emotionally flawed. He like is physically flawed. Like he makes mistakes. But I don't know. It's just really, I think, the best live action version of Batman for me ever.
You know, and when I saw the film, I was just like you, Christy. I hated superhero movies. I only liked like Avengers Endgame because it's like, you know, the hype. But after that, I was like, okay, superheroes are lame, you know. But when I saw that movie with you, Dylan, I was so excited.
Mind you,
In a bat ski mask.
Mind you, this was when he was like, I'm going to make a Batman costume. And so before we went to the movie, he took a beanie, like a thick wool beanie,
And it's bad.
cut it up, put some cardboard ears on it. It was insane.
How creative is that?
A cardboard nose. I'll show you the picture.
That's
And he wore it through the entire 3-hour movie.
And I was like,
He wore it all the way to the movie in the car.
Yep.
Throughout the whole movie, and did he wear it all the way home?
Yeah.
No, you took it off.
Oh.
Dude, you took it off. You were dripping sweat.
Oh,
and you had
poor
this
thing. Oh my gosh.
permanent dent across your nose where the cardboard was.
Yeah.
But we called him Crack Man.
Crack
Oh no, I'm
Man.
accidentally calling
so
someone
funny.
Whoops.
right now. Whoops.
But when I
Hi,
saw
how are
that movie, there was something so beautiful about because
But let's talk about the makeup.
the Mike Marino.
Yeah, that makeup on the Penguin,
I
Colin
need to
Farrell.
see this.
Yeah.
Dude,
Outstanding.
It's beautiful because it fits his face perfectly, and it flexes like.
But you
has
can't
this-
even tell that it's him.
Yeah, and he has this silicone double chin, and he like squishes it, and it's so beautiful.
I thought it was a really well done movie.
I'll have to.
Yeah.
Well, I like how
Who's that?
everybody didn't like
Right.
Robert Pattinson being Batman, but then once everybody watched the
I
movie,
said
then
that.
everybody changed
I had
their
the
minds
exact
about that.
thing.
I was
liked that.
stoked about it immediately. He's an awesome actor.
I
was like,
realized it,
too.
yeah.
yeah.
I had never liked
didn't have issues
anything
with
about him,
it.
but now I'm a Pattinson fan.
Dude, yeah,
There you
and
go.
You guys see what is it? Good Time, I think it's called.
oh yeah,
Good
that-
Time's awesome.
they use
And
the, They used the robber from Good Time. They had the outfit just like Good Time, but he had like the
Oh,
mask
yeah.
on. Yeah,
trying to think of this other Australian movie he did.
Lighthouse.
No, it's not an Australian movie, and I don't like that movie.
that sucks.
Do you
I think
know-
that's one of the. I think that is the most overrated movie.
Lighthouse?
That it's come out in the
I
last
still
month.
have to see it.
Like, there's things about it that are cool, and it's like Willem Dafoe
Oh, is
and
that
Robert.
Willem Dafoe?
Yeah,
Okay.
Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson are incredible actors, and I feel like if you get those two guys in a movie, there's gonna be things to like it's gonna be watchable.
Yeah,
But no, I think it's really, really overrated.
yeah.
Sorry.
But the makeup. Oh, you go.
No, I was back to what was the second one? The second Tim Burton one. That was just
Returns.
Returns, right? Yeah, that's a Christmas movie.
That's definitely
Yeah,
a
that's
Christmas
true.
movie.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
because it's got
It is.
Santa
and
Claus.
it's beautiful.
It
Yep.
is. I
Yeah.
like that.
It's got Santa Claus, snow. Yeah.
That's the ones I grew up with.
Yeah.
With Michael Keaton, so I just have a special place for Michael Keaton being Batman. So
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
that's just me.
But great penguin makeups in both those movies that we're talking about, in Returns and in the new Batman.
V. Neil
Yeah, so I
Mike.
was just
Yeah.
reading something the other day that when Danny DeVito was eating that fish, that it was a real fish. Like he did that all
Ew,
for real.
oh.
He tore that fish apart with
Yeah.
his
Oh.
teeth and everything. He's like, yeah, that was a real fish.
I'm the
believe
trash
it.
man.
Cool fun fact.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Love Danny DeVito.
Love Danny DeVito. But yeah, Mike
One Flew Over the
Marino.
Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
But Mike Marino's makeup,
Taxi.
dude. That makeup is probably one of my favorite makeups of this year and probably all time. 'Cause there's something about it that's so Dick Smith-like, you know.
Colin Farrell one.
You Colin
Yeah.
Farrell one, because the way Dick Smith he does his guys, he literally changes their face. Like it's not like
He doesn't do anything anymore.
yeah, he's dead, unfortunately. Rest in peace.
He's the Godfather. Nothing but respect, but he's dead.
He's dead. But Mike Marino, I like to think he's kind of like his prodigy. He's definitely not a Dick Smith because no one could replicate Dick Smith's work, but he's definitely a Dick Smith prodigy. And there's
Prodigy.
Prodigy.
There you go.
Which
There
is a
you
good
go.
movie. I like that one, The
Yeah.
Prodigy. But anyway.
But it's just
Almost made it.
But there's something so good about like the Coming to America 2. One of the best tribute makeups I've seen too, of the old man, the old Jewish man,
Oh.
and then obviously the penguin. But it's crazy because you can't even tell who that actor is
I didn't
until
know Mike Marino did the old man makeup in
Coming to America
Coming.
2.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Pretty much all of it.
Yeah, just that. I think what you're kind of meaning with the whole Dick Smith thing is just
Prodigy.
You're meaning prodigy. But just like in Dick Smith's time, he was making the most realistic makeups where they were real people. Like that's the hardest thing to do is to make
Amadeus,
someone.
man.
Yeah. Like so, like the old age makeups is one thing, but also just like what's really crazy about the penguin one is you totally buy that is
Him.
a real person,
guy,
which
yeah.
is but
Yeah.
it doesn't look anything
Yeah.
like Colin Farrell.
It's not.
Or a
But, like,
penguin.
Yeah.
It's just a gnarly looking mafia dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I saw him talking about like where he was getting like reference and stuff like that. Like yeah, the little bit of a beak, but also like that scarage and stuff is like if you look at penguins, most of them have like these weird like
Battle scars
and stuff like that, just weird like scars, and so it's like he like brought that into it, but it's very realistic
I
and
didn't see
human.
anything like that in Happy Feet.
Where was that? But
Pebble and the
Is that a
Penguin.
Christmas movie too? Happy
Pebble and the
Feet?
Penguin was my shit.
Happy Feet, I love that movie. I danced to that song, that one song. It was a Michael Jackson song, I think, in that movie, and I
don't
loved
know.
it.
I don't know. It's no Surf's
Yeah.
Up, but it's all right.
Surf's Up, the best penguin movie ever. Surf's Up, nothing can top that.
Have you seen Pebble
Surf's
and the
Up?
Penguin?
No, but Surf's Up's better.
Okay.
I love Surf's Up.
All right.
Easy, you killed it.
Same.
So I love Surf's Up. Like, if there was a second movie, I'd watch
If
it.
there was a Surf's Up too, I would watch it.
Yeah,
I like Shrek.
Shrek's a good one.
Penguin.
popular penguin movie.
Yeah.
I like Hook. Hook is a penguin movie. I have my whole right
Batman.
arm is almost. I started switching, but like it's
is
a
that
Hook
movie?
sleeve, but I have a penguin because of that one shot in the Hook with
Yeah.
a penguin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we watched Hook
Which
the
we
other
just
night.
watched. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we watched Jack Frost, and then we did a campfire,
Smoked a cigar.
smoked a cigar, drank some scotch, and
Made
then
some
we went.
s'mores.
We didn't make any s'mores. We
Oh.
did, however,
Cook some salami.
salami, and it was awesome.
Dude, salami over the fire?
If you've never done it,
Yeah.
you're missing out.
Boy, howdy.
It's
Especially
so
if you've
good.
been like smoking a really big cigar and drinking scotch. You put some salami in an open flame, and this is it's like umami, dude. It's like a whole new flavor
is how
you've
we
never
live our life.
experienced.
Yeah, salami and then a champagne with a pickle in it, and it kind of.
No.
Don't listen to him.
Don't
He's
listen to
wrong.
him. He had Martinelli's.
That's what I meant.
Martinelli
and
is-
put a pickle in it.
And I think a piece of cheese as well.
No, that was some toast. I just want to see
Oh
like
my
what
God,
I
what's
wanted to see
wrong
what it
with
would
you?
taste like. It did. And it tastes good.
I forgot whatever I was saying.
The Batman.
doesn't matter, though.
Lost, alright. I was still thinking of penguin movies.
One thing.
Oh yeah, Hook. Then
Hook.
when we were done, we went in and watched Hook, and Hook is one of the most perfect films
Oh, it's
of
beautiful.
all time. And for
Absolutely
some
beautiful.
reason, like film people hate it. They don't like it. They think it's Spielberg's worst movie, and they shit on it. And I do not know what is wrong with them.
I
Yeah.
don't like that.
So I
They're
just want
not
to say
real.
shout out Hook.
I remember
like
I
Hook.
was
Thank you.
I was 11 or 12 when it came out, and I thought it was the most beautiful thing I had
Yeah.
ever seen. And then even the other night when we're watching it, I'm just completely
good.
enamored.
Yeah.
Like, this
Yeah.
is the
Me
most
too.
gorgeous piece of cinematic.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so magical.
And even like
Top 10.
even V Neal's and Greg Canham's effects on that, like especially on Hook, his face, like when I first watched, I was like, who is that? And you're like Dustin Hoffman. I'm like,
Well, Dusty H. bro.
I had
Yeah.
seen I had seen Hook probably 100 times by this point, and I'm not over exaggerating. And this was, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or so, and yeah, that's probably about that. No, maybe more than 10 years. But anyways, I was probably 14, 15.
God, that came out in
super
91.
obsessed with
91.
film.
Yeah.
I wasn't alive.
12.
Yep.
Yep.
But like super
Me too.
obsessed with film,
Negative
and
12.
so like I love Dustin Hoffman.
I think so. Sorry.
I'm just kidding. You're just gonna have your own conversation about how old you are. You want to hear what I have to say about Dustin Hoffman and Hook or no?
Christy, Dustin
Let's
Hoffman.
play a mask.
Christy, let's talk about 1991.
Okay, let's talk about 1991. That's when I moved to
Sorry.
Texas when I was
The
12.
glimmer in my father's eye.
I wasn't alive.
No, you were not.
I was negative 14, possibly.
Oh
we don't
gosh.
You're no mathematician.
know. I am.
Anyway, it took me a long time to find out that was Dustin Hoffman. I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
I mean, I was probably 14 or 15 or whatever. So it's like I'm obsessed with films. Like I love The Graduate. I love Dustin Hoffman and all these awesome movies that he's in. And then like I grew up on Hook, and I just didn't know that was Dustin Hoffman.
Did
Yeah.
you like Midnight Cowboy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Midnight
Love
Cowboy
that
is
movie. Have you
awesome.
seen that, Christy?
No, I have
Did
not.
you like him in Birdman?
That's like-
oh no, Rain Man.
I think that might
Yes.
be in the Criterion like top 100 films of all time.
Yeah.
Midnight
Oh.
Cowboy.
And the Batman.
Yeah.
That's
Midnight
a
Cowboy
top
is
one. Batman's
awesome.
top one on that list too.
Yeah. Little Big Man.
Yeah.
Another
one-
Dick Smithy boy.
Yep.
See.
I thought.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was a
Yes.
movie
Big
about
Man.
AIDS.
Oh, here it is.
Little Big Man. I thought it was a movie about AIDS.
What'd you look
Midnight Cowboy.
Midnight
No.
Cowboy.
That's from 69.
Oh yeah, epic.
Epic.
It's
John
rated
Voight.
X.
Yeah. John Voight.
You can borrow it if you want.
Yeah, let me see that.
There's something about
grizzle.
that Batman cowl, man. Like the way they incorporate.
What the hell?
This is some Batman.
But like this is a perfect example of every conversation that we had. Just within like an hour, Cash will just say, "But in the Batman,
Yeah.
the cowl," and it's only about how cool the cowl is.
Dude, the cowl is so good. It is better than any screen-used cowl known to man, except Keaton and Adam West.
I was gonna say, what about Westy, bro?
West,
Yeah,
I love
that's a-
West,
Come
but
on, man.
but that was inspired by Adam West's cowl. So
That's my favorite movie car of all time.
The Batmobile?
like film car, the film car. Yeah, the '66 Batmobile.
you were
That
saying
is-
you thought that was a Corvette, huh? Or is that
I
right?
think it is.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
you wanna-
I'm pretty sure it's a Corvette that you. I mean, because people still you can buy that car and just like
Batmobile?
modify it. Yeah.
Do you wanna
the
buy it?
The
66
one in
yeah.
Rockstar
I
that
could be
Mark
wrong.
Wahlberg drove? Yeah.
Yeah,
not a
just
Corvette.
made famous by Mark Wahlberg
Yeah,
and
right.
Rockstar. But yeah, that car, yeah, that's like my favorite
Yeah.
movie car. I'm pretty sure it's a Corvette that's
Yeah.
just converted.
when I was watching the documentary of how they made the new one, they made like two stunt like cars, like one with like an engine and then one like was built like a race car with like
No,
no
there was
interior.
more than that. There was like
Oh no, 8.
there was 8 of them,
Yeah.
yeah, and only
Oh,
one of
okay.
them had a combustible engine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of them were electric.
All the rest were electric.
And the beautiful thing about it is those cowls, man. They
Stop.
But it's awesome because they made a bunch of like hero cowls made out of leather, and then they made a bunch of them made out of urethane for like stunting people,
Mm.
which I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
urethane cars.
urethane. But yeah, dude, that movie for me, it's nothing like I've ever seen before.
Not a Christmas movie.
Not a Christmas movie, but a great movie because of the way they did everything practically. Like they could have went whole CGI Ben Affleck, you know, I'm angry, you know, no, but they went full on like, you know, we're gonna have Mike Marino as do Penguin makeup and Joker makeup, like all this beautiful stuff, you know. And
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
was wrong.
You talking to me
I
this
was
whole
about to say
time?
that's not
You
a
talking to me
Corvette.
this whole
I'm
time?
talking to the viewers right there.
Not.
All right, what is it? What is it?
It's a '55 Lincoln Futura.
Never heard of it.
Futura.
What did you
Because I
look up?
think it was just a
Yeah,
concept.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
concept car that got
Mhm.
turned into the Batmobile. But you
Like-
know what? I don't know everything. Okay.
Like a lot of people thought that Christine was a Bel Air. Like
a lot of people thought it was Cadillac,
Yeah, but
almost-
it's really it's like a Mercury or something. Or what is
Plymouth.
Plymouth.
it? Plymouth. Yeah.
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 See, like
Yeah.
this is what I had to go through. I had to go through several forums of like
He
just
just won't shut up about that Batman
because,
cow.
because we're talking about Corvettes and futuristas and all that stuff.
You know, futurista
Futurista. I got a new car. It's a Futurista. It's pretty good. It's like a nice.
Nice.
All right. Well, we better get out of here. This is
Yeah,
probably the
dude.
longest episode we've ever
Well,
done.
thank you
so.
so much for having
Yes,
us.
Thank
thank you for coming
you.
on. I really
Yes.
appreciate it.
I
fun.
Make
loved
sure you
it.
go follow Monster Resurrection Studios and Monster Resurrection on Instagram.
That's right.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
Go
What
watch
is it?
Jack Frost.
MonsterResurrectionStudios.com, or is it just MonsterResurrection.com?
MonsterResurrection.com.
No.
Yeah.
That shows how much I know.
Yeah.
And the link is on your Instagram page too,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Okay.
In our
Absolutely.
bio.
So like
Click on
Dylan said
there.
earlier, if you see something that you like now, I would jump on it because it might not
Yeah.
be there in 2023.
But there will
And
be
also-
rescopes of it.
Also about seeing things that you like and just the website and the Instagram in general. You know, like if you like one mask but you wish it was purple or something, like you can always just send us a DM on Instagram. That's like the best way to get in contact with any of us, and just, you know, so we can always do custom paint jobs and stuff like that. But I definitely want to retire a lot of masks just as a whole. Like
Me
I'm not
too.
like if you're like, hey, can I have this old mask today? I'm gonna be like, no, because I just don't like it anymore, and I don't
Yeah.
want to make it. So
But
Are
maybe
you
we'll
going
do
to
rescopes.
continue to do Michael Myers rehauls?
I
sure people
do
will
have
know
rent.
that. Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
How about I help you
People
paint
don't want to
them?
know that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, like, seriously, thank you so much to everyone who has supported me through Nightmare Toys and through anything, and with buying, like, a Myers mask. So now more than ever, if you want a Myers rehaul, please hit me up. I beg you to hit me
Yeah.
up, because, I mean, I got bills, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't have a safety net anymore. So if there's anything that you've ever like wanted, now's the time for sure to hit me up. And I do have, I can say this too. So our friend Jose that we were talking about, he loves the Rob Zombie Halloweens, and he has I think it's from the movie Mold,
It is.
blank from Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And so he gave that to me, so I'm going to paint that and hair it and all that stuff. So if you like the Rob Zombie Halloweens, make sure you check out my Instagram, and I'll post about that. With the Myers rehauls, we don't really post about it like on our business page. We don't sell them on our website. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll
We can.
start doing that. But the best way to hit me up about anything is just through Instagram DM. It's like texting me, respond to it right away. And if you want a Myers mask, any kind of Myers mask, I'll totally
There
do
you
it.
go.
But that Halloween too, and like that's a sweet piece. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's gonna be cool.
That's
And
out of the
that's
that's out of the master.
There's not a
mold.
lot of
Yeah,
that.
out of the master
Myers
mold,
mask.
you can't get a good mass-produced version of that mask. Like, you can spend $60 and get like a decent mask from Tots. A lot of people obviously spend a lot more money, to people like me and other people, to customize those masks. And so in the future, Trick or Treat Studios will probably get the license for that. And then maybe in the future, I might do some rehauls. Again, if someone's like, hey, can you repaint any mask? The answer is always going to be, yeah, I will. But that Rob Zombie Halloween 2 mask that I have is probably the only one I'll ever do, at least for a really long time, until there's the cheap Trick or Treat Studios like a rehaul version or something. But like, it's like a thick mask from the master mold, and who knows when Tots will even
so
get it.
stay
I
tuned
think
for
Ruby's
that.
has it right now, right?
And
Yeah.
Don Post used to have it, but it was so bad. Yeah.
Don Post ain't got nothing now.
And Don Post get
Don
down.
a pee-pee. I'm trying to find out. So like, another just super mask nerd thing. I said we got to stop and I can't. But is the Tharps retired? So Rob and Kathy Tharp, they were making a bunch of like modern versions of all these Don Post masks. They used to work for Don Post back in the day, and they retired from doing that. So I'm like, where are all those molds?
Yeah. Give them to us now.
So, like, they had one in particular. Speaking of Halloween, they had the snake mummy from Halloween 4. I mean, it's in a shot in Halloween 4 in the pharmacy or whatever. And I'm like, I will pay a lot of money
That's a cool mask. I know
for
what you're
that.
talking about.
So
I want Frankenstein 2001. That's like my most wanted mask. And
then I want Jordu's.
Me
That one was
too.
sweet.
I want Jordu to remake half of the Distortions mask from the 80s.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, Jordu.
I want a
Probably
Zoom
not.
He's
fetish.
definitely not.
Yeah, he's
And
not.
If he started it to be nice, he definitely turned it off by now.
Jordu, this is a help.
He probably did.
This is a help call, Jordu. Please sculpt all the masks. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Well, that's
Anyway.
episode 60.
Yeah.
Happy
Again,
anniversary.
Jack
keep-
Frost. Check it out. Keaton
Yeah.
at his
This is-
best.
Did you want to talk about this?
Oh yeah, let me talk about that really quick. Tomorrow, we're doing our Christmas giveaway on Instagram and Facebook. There'll be a winner for Instagram and a winner for Facebook, and you will win a stocking full of goodies. I don't want to pull everything out, but there's a reaction figure, there's buttons, pins, stickers, posters, there's socks, there's all kinds of fun stuff in the stocking, and of course you get the stocking as well. So just follow the post on our Instagram and Facebook, like, share, tag, and follow, and you'll win a chance to win one of these. So that's tomorrow, the 10th, and then I'll post the I'll post the winner on Monday. Or the winners, because there's going to be two winners. So I'll post the two winners on Monday.
Christmas is almost soon.
And then our Christmas party is the following Saturday on the 17th. We've got Get to Steeping will be here with their horror teas. Gray's Banana Pudding will be here with their banana pudding. Jeremy the Balloon Guy doing his balloon stuff. And then Christian James is a child book author. He will be here. He has his new book, A Christmas Eve in Salem. He'll be having that. He'll be selling that and signing that. And he also has All Hallows Eve in Salem, too. That's his other book. And he does the Drac Tomb in a Room that we sell. He does that as well. And he's going to be bringing his werewolves, too. He has werewolf ones, too. So he's going to be bringing those to sell. So we've got a lot going on for the Christmas party. And we'll have a sale, 15% off. I'll have snacks, drinks, my goodie bags. So it'll be a fun day. That'll be like 12 to 5 on the 17th.
Nice.
Hey,
Question: Are the werewolves real? Will they?
All right, we will see you next week.
Part
All right,
5.
Part 5 next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Sweet.